Yeah. Let's go, man. I am very excited for this one, man. And we are... Whoa, gee whiz. I've just messed something up there on there. But we're ready to go here, guys. Hey, guys. How you going? So today on BKR Sport, it is absolutely time. I'm really damn well excited for today, man. I'm so excited for today. We do have the New Zealand Warriors taking on the Newcastle Knights here in a knockout elimination final here in New Zealand, which is going to be an absolute blockbuster, man. This is the one that, look, last night it ended up being a really crazy result in the end, man. It really did. It ended up being a wild finish with Will Warbrick obviously scoring the try in the last minute of the game there. But in this one here, man, look, I think that it's going to come down to the wire again. You know, obviously the New Zealand Warriors do have the advantage. Whilst being at home, you know, they did finish in fourth, but the Knights finished in fifth, so this is just one spot, you know, right next to each other. These two teams have been the surprise packets of the year. No one expected the Warriors to do anything. No one expected the Knights to do anything, but guess what? They're both here. They're both ready to rock and roll at Mount Smart as well. Newcastle obviously got their home final last week where they took down the Canberra Raiders in front of a home crowd at McDonald Jones Stadium, which was electric, man. When Dom Young made that break down that right-hand side, truly it was something to behold, man. It was something that, you know, only people can dream of as young kids to experience a moment like that. And, you know, watching on, it was just so electric. So, you know, it was a real tough one, though. They only won by 2 points, and it was in extra time, which is something that could happen here. Whilst the Warriors last week, obviously, wasn't that great. They took on the Penrith Panthers, but they were without their main man in Shaun Johnson, who was the guy to really take the charge this year for the New Zealand Warriors and bring them back into the limelight and give them that opportunity that they've been, you know, so desperately needing since 2011. You know, they haven't had a home final since 2018. This team is, you know, a battler. Both these teams are battlers, and that's why, you know, for the neutral fans today, I feel like whoever wins, kind of people are just happy with. You know, whoever wins this game will take on the Brisbane Broncos next week at Suncorp Stadium. I've been calling since a quarter of the way through the season. I want to see Warriors Broncos an elimination final in the finals. And guess what? If the Warriors win, that's exactly what we're going to be getting. So, look, I do think it's going to be a great game today. But let's get into the two-team lineups here, guys, before we do start getting into the chat and see what you guys are saying. Obviously, hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you are new around here. I do really appreciate you. And if you guys are watching down here, we're actually on BKR Sport YouTube right now. But yes, let's get into the two-team lineup. So, the New Zealand Warriors, they're in fourth position, with the Knights being in fifth position. And this game does start at 4:05 p.m. This is at Mount Smart in Auckland, or Go Media Stadium as they call it now. The Warriors are $1.55 to the Knights being $2.47. Now, the ins here for the New Zealand Warriors, Shaun Johnson back in, massive in. They need it. They got thumped by the Panthers last week without him. I don't think that Shaun Johnson changes a great deal of that result, to be completely honest with you. But the fact of the matter is that, look, I think that this is a really healthy inclusion here. It's a really healthy inclusion that really gives the confidence back to the team. You know, I think they lost a lot of confidence in the direction of the attack. I think that also correlated to lacking direction in defense. And I think that Shaun Johnson coming back into this team is really going to do wonders for what this Warriors team can produce, because this is a very winnable game for them. Again, they are the favourites for this game. They are at home in front of a packed out crowd. This is the Knights game for the Warriors the next week. It really is. There is no outs here, though, for the Warriors, which is good. You don't want to be seeing lots of ins and outs, which you'll see in a second for the Knights. You don't want to be seeing many ins and outs because it means you're a healthy team. Now, the fullback wides for the Warriors, Chance Nickel-Klokstad, with the wingers being the Wowee player of the year, Dallin Watene-Zelezniak and Marcelo Montoya, with Rocco Berry and Adam Pompey in the centres. You got Tamari Martin as the 5'8", Shaun Johnson as the halfback. You got to love that. With the front row forwards being Adam Fanor-Blake and Mitchell Barnett. Number 9, Wade Egan. I'm feeling like he might have a little scooty-scoot for a try today. Back row-wise, Jackson Ford and Marata Niokore, with the number 13, the lock, Tohu Harris, who is a great player, man. Interchange-wise, Dylan Walker, Jazz Devunga, Bailey Sirenan, and Josh Curran, with the reserves being Freddie Lussick and Tane Tuolpiki, who I would love to see get a crack. Obviously, as a Titans fan myself, I would love to see Tane Tuolpiki get a crack, but, you know, Chance has been so good this year. He's been so good, in fact, that when Roger Tuivasa-Sheck comes back next year, you're more than likely going to be seeing Chance Nickel-Klokstad stay in the fullback position and Tuivasa-Sheck go into the centres, which you'd never have thought back in the day that was even a likely possibility. Truly, you never would have thought that was a likely possibility. But, overall, your chance has had such an unbelievable season this year, and it's been really good to see that for the Warriors. Now, for the Newcastle Knights, the underdogs in today's game, Adam Clune, Brodie Jones, Anari Tuala, and Manu Brown, they're the ins, with Daniel Saifidi, Jackson Hastings, and Lachlan Fitzgibbon being out. You go to the fullback wides, Callum Ponga, who is the captain, with Dominic Young and Greg Martu on the wings, Dane Gagai and Bradman Betts into the centres. Tyson Gamble is the 5'8", with Adam Clune as the halfback, with Jacob Saifidi and Leo Thompson being the front rowers. Phoenix Crossland had a really unreal season, man. Was not one of the guys that most people were looking at before the season. He was probably one of the... it definitely wasn't great. It definitely wasn't great before the season, but this year he's really come into his own. He's really working out with this team. It's been great to see him playing that hooker role and really provide a good platform for this Knights team, who I believe are going on 10 wins in a row, which is absolutely insane. It is ridiculous. Back rowers wise, Tyson Frizzell and Dylan Lucas, with Adam Elliott as the lock. Interchange wise, Kurt Mann, Jack Hetherington, Matt Croker, and Brodie Jones, with the reserves being Anari Tuala and Fa'amanu Brown. For me, man, this is a tough game to predict. I do think that I'm going to lean with the Warriors here, but let's go into their points for and against for both these teams this season. The Warriors, they came into this... I've got to turn that down. The Warriors, they came into this obviously in fourth, but they scored 572 points. Now, this in comparison to the Knights, who scored 626 points. So, the Knights have actually scored just over 50. They've scored 54 more points than the Warriors this year, which you can kind of thank to the Bulldogs, to be completely honest with you, because the Knights scored a whole hell of a lot of points against the Bulldogs across 2 games, one of which was 66-0. So, that's just straight there for you. There's the big difference, the Knights versus the Bulldogs game. I think that it's actually relatively even. I think the Knights have been the more electric team of recent note, but the Warriors have been the more consistent across the entirety of the season. So I don't really think there's a great deal difference in regards to the attack, unless you're going into the pure form of right this very second with Newcastle Knights. Defensively, though, the Warriors have given up 448 points, and surprisingly, the Knights have given up 451 points. So it's only 3 points the difference there, which is pretty crazy considering that going into the season, you would have thought these two teams would have great defense. But specifically the Knights, who have been very well known for the last couple of years, specifically to give up quite a lot of points. And the Knights came into the finals as the 4th best defensive team. The 4th best defensive team. You've got the Panthers, you've got the Broncos, you've got the Warriors, and then you've got the Knights, which, yeah, is crazy considering what they have been, obviously, in recent years. So, look, when you look at that, obviously, the Warriors edge just in defense. I do think that they do have the better defensive side here than the Knights, but I do think that, yeah, look, on form, the Knights probably do have the better attack there. So it's going to be a real tough game. I think that obviously it does have to edge it with the fact that this is at Mount Smart. This is in Auckland right now. It's not like, the Knights have their faithful Newcastle fans at McDonald Jones Stadium like they did last week, which honestly probably helped them get the win. That really probably helped them get the win there. That was an impressive showing out there by... a very impressive showing out by the Newcastle faithful to sell that one out and get them over the line, because again, the Raiders really pushed them all the way. I think the Knights led, and then the Knights led like 6-0, and then Raiders went out to a 16-6 lead, and the Knights came back and went out to a 28-16 lead, and then the Raiders came back and made it like 28-28. And maybe it was 30-28. Anyway, I can't remember. Point of the matter is, the Knights had to really grind that one out there at home, so they could be tired as well. Whilst the Warriors, although they got pumped, at least they didn't have to put a whole heap of damn well effort into last week's game from the second half, because that game was obviously pretty much over by them. But I'm going to take the Warriors here today, guys. I don't think... I see a world. I do see a world where they win 13+. I'm going to take them 1-12, just because I do give credit to this Knights team. I don't think you can go into this game and just say, the Knights are shit. And that's if you say that, it's based off of what we knew before they went on this really hot streak. They could win this game. They could win this game, the Knights. But I will take the Warriors here by 1-12. Now, let's get into the chat. Let's see what you guys are saying. Obviously, smack that like button here, guys. Subscribe if you are new around here. We are here for every finals game. We've also got the Broncos versus Dragons women's game later on tonight, and a couple of the women's games tomorrow, which I'm really excited for there. So... Yeah, it should be good. It should be a good damn well time, specifically in this game, as we see who gets to play the Brisbane Broncos at Suncorp Stadium next week. But before we do get back in the chat, like I said, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Obviously, I've got to give a massive shout out here to GameDay Squad, who are collaborating with BKR Sport for the NRL Finals. The absolute hot ticket in town is the NRL Finals, and GameDay Squad has jumped on with BKR Sport to promote the fantasy sports game that they do provide, which is a fantastic game. I have it myself. Basically, it's a mixture of FIFA packs where you open FIFA packs and get players and then put it into your team, but also correlating with the in-game stats and the actual stats of players like a fantasy, like an NRL Supercoach or an NRL Fantasy. You mix those two together and you do get GameDay Squad Fantasy Sports. It's free, which is great. That's exactly what you want there, but you can also pay for player cards, and it also follows the traditional fantasy approach of leveraging in-game stats to apply scores to players. Fantasy Footy Finals is going to be big, and you want to get your team in because you can win weekly prizes. Next week, there's obviously 2 games still, and then the grand final, and you can still win weekly prizes through those weeks, and obviously this week as well, but you obviously have to have players from this game only, to be fair. So do obviously jump into the pinned comment in the chat there, guys. GameDay Squad is a great app that you guys should check out, and it's, yeah, free to click on in the pinned comment, so I appreciate them. But obviously, guys, like I said, thumbs up, subscribe, and let's get to the chat. Let's see what you guys are saying ahead of the big old game here, baby. Uh-oh! We get ahead of the big old game. Now we're talking. Let's move that bad boy across. Matt James at Memphis for 4 months. Appreciate you, Matty James. Get around you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Obviously, he was a big help for me throughout the Titans season and all the away games down there in the old Sydney. Rocky Sports says, yeah, Neil was on a mad one this morning, eh? Like, Neil Clarkson in the chat. Like, we appreciate your opinion, bro. We do appreciate your opinion, but you were going in. Should I read a couple of them out? It wasn't on me. He wasn't going in on me. It was just that he was going in on the refs and the bias and whatnot, which, look, I kind of do understand the frustration after last night. I had a few salty Roosters fans say that I was, say something about how I said karma when the Storm scored last night through Will Warbrick. It was karma based off of the high tackle of Harry Grant. That doesn't differentiate from the fact that obviously the Storm did score off a try. They scored a try off of a pretty obvious knock-on down the other end of the field. There was a lot of forward passes when the Roosters didn't get picked up last night, but there was also some awful calls against the Roosters. So I just think that overall, Ashley Klein had a really, really poor performance. I think that really, truthfully, it was one of the, lesser quality refereed games that I've seen in a very long time. I do think that whoever lost that game had reason to... I think they had reason to complain, regardless. So if the Storm had lost, they would have gone and said something about Harry Grant and the high tackle. And with the Roosters losing, they were always going to utilise that knock on there. But I do think as well the Roosters would have said they had to beat the refs. Philippine says the New Zealand economy is on standby until the match is over. Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, absolutely. Appreciate you, George Ross, by the way. Appreciate you, brother. But absolutely, the New Zealanders in a standstill today. Obviously, they got a good win against Namibia this morning. Don't think that was the finished product by any means for the All Blacks against Namibia, but they got the win there. Obviously, bounced back after their early loss to the France, which is, really, which wasn't great. But yeah, they played Namibia. They got a good win. Still a lot to be worked on, though, to be fair. And then now they've obviously got the Warriors, and this is at a brilliant time for them. They're going to be all pumping. The drinks are going to be flowing. There's going to be plenty of huckers going on in New Zealand today. Trucker says, Neil and I spamming or giving Jay a headache. That's already been done, though. Stewie says, 3 of the bottom teams gone could mean something bad for the Knights. It could mean something bad for the Knights. I did notice that. Obviously, the Sharkies, the Roosters, and the Raiders, the bottom 3 teams, the top 8 there, have been eliminated. That does show that the gap is there. But again, with that being said, the Sharks game against the Roosters when they got knocked out was a 1-point game. The Roosters game last night was a real close game with the third-place Storm. And the Raiders really gave it to the Knights as well and only lost by 2 points there in extra time. So it's not like those 3 teams have been blown out of the park. It's not like they've just been wiped off of the face of the planet with a huge loss. Maybe next week we could expect some results like that in favour of maybe the Panthers or the Broncos. But I do think that, and with all due respect to the Knights, I do think that the only team out of these two teams that could challenge the Broncos is the Warriors. I think the Warriors will get a very healthy crowd at Suncorp. I think they will push the Broncos for a 50-50 crowd. And that's what the Warriors do. They have a real large support right now. Yes, there is a majority of bandwagoners, but who cares when you're going well? You want that atmosphere. And the more behind you, the better it is for the team. And obviously right now, yeah, they've got a lot of people behind them. Governor Riffraff says, expecting a ruckus, Mr. I thought you were going to say Mr. Sport. Expecting a ruckus Mount Smart up the wires. Yeah, it should be a crazy one. It should be a really good atmosphere, man. It should be a great atmosphere. The game starts in 45 minutes' time. Christian Cares up the Nas. Oh, jeez, here we go. Sashin Kelson says, haven't been this nervous for a game in ages. Yeah, well, as a Titans fan, Sashin, it does make sense for you. But look, yeah, if you're a Warriors fan, or even a Knights fan. Knights did have a finals game in 2021 where I think they lost to the Eels. I think it might have been. I could be wrong. But I know it was the same year. Obviously, the Titans had made the finals in 8th place and the Knights were in 7th position. And the Knights got in. So Knights fans do have a pretty good recollection of the finals. Warriors have to go back to 2018. And fun fact for you, the Warriors actually have to go all the way back to 2008 for their last home final at Mount Smart, which is insane. That is insane. Leo Francis says, "G'day, champ. Knights by 8 points. Knights by 8 points. Wowee, that's huge. 8 points. That'd be crazy to do that over there, man. That would be crazy." T-Ricky Namunga says, "Let's go to Mighty Warriors." Marcel Moose says, "Hello." Dasmo says, "Broncos don't have the Friday night prelim." That's right. Yeah, insane, eh? Broncos are very well known, very, very well known for having their Friday night games, and next week they're on the Saturday. Now, I actually have Dan's wedding next Saturday, the old Dano's day off. I got his wedding next Saturday, but I will be here to stream that game. There's no way I could miss the Warriors Broncos. I'll be going for his ceremony, and then obviously zipping off to come here and I'll be down in I won't tell you, but I'll be down in the place that his wedding is, and then cracking on for that one, because that'll be a huge one. Broncos versus Warriors or Knights, whoever it is, it'll be a big game in the prelim. T-Rick Namunga says, Waz sounds like a Waratahs or Wallabies, or it's Warriors, not Waz. Yeah, again, Warriors fans who are kind of new to the wagon, Waz was actually a negative connotation that was given to your team by a lot of Australian team fan bases for the whinging, per se, right? So calling them the Waz is quite funny from like the actual fans, but I guess own it, If you're going to get called it, you may as well own it. But then again, most people don't know that's the real kind of origination of it. People say Sean Johnson originated. It's been going around for a long time. It's been going around for a damn well long time. But before, yeah, it just hasn't been as heavy as it is right now. But that's because of the success of the team. Christian Kerr says, Knights 1-5 is scary good. Yeah, Ponga, Dominic Young, Dane Gagai, Bradman Best, and Greg Martiu is really, really quality. That is a scary back line. The 5'8 of Tyson Gamble has been really good this season. He's actually come into his own as a real safety netting. It is obviously unlucky that Jackson Hastings is out here for the Knights, because he's been sold there alongside Gamble. They've just been working hard, as Gamble said in that reply to Willie Mason, who loves a good storyline about himself. The fact of the matter is that Tyson Gamble was right. Although you might look and say Willie Mason could be right based off of what he said, the fact of the matter is that it was disrespectful. And Tyson Gamble to come out like that and defend his teammates and say, you know what, we damn well work hard, we're here, and guess what, we're into the semi-finals, is good on him, because he's right. He has worked hard, specifically himself individually, from what he was at the Broncos to then coming in as effectively a backup half at the Knights, because they originally wanted Ponga in the 6 and Jackson Hastings in the 7 to kind of carve out his role there in the 5'8". Even when Ponga was moved back to the fullback, there was still calls for Lachlan Miller to potentially get that 5'8 spot rather than Tyson Gamble. So he came in and he's really helped him out. Tanner says, whoever wins this will probably lose next week, but as long as it's a good game. I disagree. I think that I think that the Warriors have a good opportunity, actually, against the Broncos. I do think the Broncos win. I would tip the Broncos in that game, especially at Suncorp. But again, I think it'll be a 50-50 crowd, and the Warriors will be riding high on massive momentum and massive support that New Zealand will be pushing behind them. So whilst you say that, and whilst it could be true, I see that you've got a Broncos logo there, so it's definitely not surprising that you do think that the Broncos would win that game. The fact of the matter is that the Warriors will give it a good push. They would give it a good push. Dasmay says, karma for the 2 grand finals they've robbed teams of in the last 10 years. Who? The Roosters. So what, they won 2018 to 19. One was against the Storm and one was against the Raiders. The Raiders one I can give, but in the same sense, Roosters were a better team. They were. Malcolm says, hopefully they all play like a team worthy of up the wires. Sam Jenkins says, off topic, but do you have you heard the Mo rumours? Yeah, I can't really talk about that. Christian Kerr says, every fan base in rugby league is relying on Brisbane to beat Penrith this year because no other team is going to do it. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I do think that the only team that could beat Penrith this year is the Broncos. Especially considering the Broncos have beaten the Panthers once this year, but that was all the way back in round 1. That was a long time ago. That would have been March, so that's 6 months ago, so that's a long time between drinks. I do think the Panthers win the comp this year and go 3 in a row, but it would be just an insane sight to see the Panthers get knocked out against the Storm next week, which is doable, especially at the core. I don't think it happens. I do think the Panthers win, but it is a doable outcome. Malcolm says it's sold out within minutes. Yeah, of course it is. Especially, the capacity. Look at the capacity. What is the capacity of Mount Smart? What is the capacity? There is 40 minutes to go until the game does kick off, guys. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new around here. Get your support going in the chat for the team you think will win this game. Mount Smart capacity. It wouldn't be too much more than Seabus, would it? Probably be less. Yeah, 25,000. So a little bit less than Seabus. Yeah, of course. Of course. Of course it's going to sell out for a semi-final. In a home final as well. In their first semi-finals in 2018. And most teams would probably do that. Jared Ford, and that's not disrespecting the Warriors, it's just that most teams would do that. Jared Ford, let's go on the Warriors. Brick by Millionaire said it was Rabbits, I think. It was Rabbits. I don't know what you're talking about. Knew we lost to Souths last year. Oh, Rabbitohs, not Eels. Okay, yeah, you're right. No, last year, it was the year before. Was it last year? No, it was 2021, wasn't it? The Knights didn't make the finals last year, did they? Weren't the Knights in the bottom 4? I think the Knights were in the bottom 4. NRL ladder 2022. NRL ladder 2022. I'm pretty certain you're thinking of 1 year prior. Yeah, the Knights came third last. Yeah. 2021. I was right. Don't worry, Brendan Wensling. Thank me later. Christian Kerr says, remember Knights vs Broncos early in the year at Suncorp? Knights were winning until 3 minutes left until a late rounders try. Yeah, that did obviously happen. Yeah, that was a great game, actually. The Knights really pushed the Broncos all the way. No one expected the Knights to even compete in that game, but yeah, they really gave it to them. And that was before the Knights got onto a bit of a hot streak. I do think, and as I said, I think last night, the Broncos they should be confident. The Broncos should be confident for sure. However, I do think that game against the Storm last week was a little bit of a falsifier in confidence. I think it falsified the confidence a little bit, simply because the Storm were off from the outset. And realistically, off, I've never seen the Storm that bad. Even last night, they weren't great. But they were off from the outset against the Broncos, where they couldn't even make a pass. They could not even make a pass. There was no pressure. The pressure wasn't there. It was just they could not simply make a pass. So at the end of the day, I think that the Broncos obviously took it away. And I don't think that the Broncos actually won that game until the Storm threw the game away mentally when Ryan Papenhuyzen went for the short drop out when they're down by 6-0 with a minute to go the first half and then gave away a penalty and made it 8-0. That's 2 scores like that, So I think the Broncos should be confident, but there is definitely valid reason for, one of these two teams here today, whoever wins, to actually potentially knock them off next week. But again, I will be tipping the Broncos. I will be. Jay says, Bucks Night Vlog. Bucks Night Vlog. I was in Melbourne. I asked, you know what, when Antonio's streaming next, I want you to ask him how the Bucks Night was. I want you to ask him how it was. Malcolm says, looking forward to a stream full of Wires supporters. Of course there's going to be Wires supporters here. It's a Warriors game, man. Of course it is. Of course it is. Lord Levy says, Knights might get up. I reckon they have the belief. Yeah, but in the same sense, whilst you're correct, the Warriors should have the belief too, considering they're at home, in front of their home faithful. It'd be very disappointing for them to lose this game. Very disappointing. And win streaks are great, but also win streaks can be your worst enemy as well. They can be a kind of expectation of a win when it's a lot more even, or you're the underdog. So, for example, the Warriors are the favourites of this game by a pretty heavy margin. They're $1.40 or whatever they are, which is pretty significant. The Knights are coming in off that confidence and motivation. However, if things go against them pretty quickly, the Warriors could kind of latch onto that and actually try and put them away in the first half. I don't think that happens, but the fact of the matter is that those win streaks can actually come back to haunt you as well. Man United fans is up the Warriors or the Knights. Okay, that doesn't really answer any question at all because you've just supported both the teams that are playing in today's game. Dasmay says, SJ the biggest wish that he was the first to say up the Wars. Yeah. Brian says, isn't there a 6 coming to the Knights next year? Forgot who, but surely wouldn't replace Gamble. There's a couple of English lads. I know Kaipi's Paul is coming, but he's not a 6 yet. I think he's a back rower, or he's in the forwards anyway. Is he? I think he is. We watched him in the World Cup. Obviously, we streamed all the games of the World Cup. And Kaipi's Paul was pretty good. He was pretty damn well good there. I think he was in the forwards, though, wasn't he? Shuey says, I think it's Jack Cogger from Penrith. Not sure, though. Oh, Jack Cogger. That's right. Might have signed. Did he? Not sure. T. Ricky Namunga says, I remember 2011 preliminary final against Storm. SJ played well that night, and that was when Storm had Slater, Cronk, Smith, and GI. Wouldn't have been GI, wouldn't it been? I don't think GI was there then, was he? Because that was after the salary cap scandal. Or did they lose Falau due to the salary cap scandal and Greg Inglis was still able to be there before he went to the Rabbitohs? I can't remember. Tyree says, Adam Finnell Blake versus Haas would be good. Prelim should have been at Allianz or Combank between Penrith and Melbourne, in my opinion. Yeah, but Penrith is a Western Sydney team. You know, Core Stadium is on the inner western area, you know, whilst Allianz is more so to the east of Sydney. I feel like, obviously, Penrith are just going to want to take them there. I do think, however, that it will struggle to gain a significant crowd, especially with, you know, the Melbourne fans having to travel up to, if you're a Carlton fan, obviously you're going to be travelling up to Brisbane to watch the Blues take on the Lions after an exceptional AFL game last night between Carlton and the D's. That was really cracker. Really cracker. So, yeah, it'll be a harsh one to see Storm fans get there, especially when they barely even got a home crowd last night in a knockout final. It was pretty sad. It was pretty sad of a home final crowd. And I think that a call makes more sense locally for the Panthers. Locally. In 2021, was that the year Titans went to the finals game for the first time? Okay, well, it wasn't our first time in the finals, mate. We've been in a prelim before, but it was probably before you were born. Shuey says, last week the Storm were absolutely shocking. I think Broncos shouldn't be as confident as they seem to be. Well, that's what I'm saying. You know, the Broncos should be confident, but not like we're unbeatable confident. But it did give them a load of momentum and confidence from that. Rory says, Titans win today. Of course the Titans win today, mate. Titans win every day. David Tupo says, up at a pars. Christian Kerr says, what's the fan base you see the least supporters from on this channel? Probably Canberra. Canberra's up there. Warriors are one of the highest. Bulldogs are up there for high following. Yeah, I'd say Raiders is one. We do have a few. Dragons is a bit mixed, but I wouldn't say they're as low as the Raiders. What other ones are there? We have a couple of Manly. When I say a couple, it's just like the active users, right? We do have people who watch the channel who maybe not commenting and whatnot. I get a heap of those people at the games who come up and say, oh, I watch your channel, but I don't really comment and whatnot, but I'm watching all the time. But from active users, I'd probably say Canberra. Yeah, I'd probably say Canberra. Truthmaster says, David, don't activate the NRL Integrity Unit. Oh, yes, please do. If you're talking about David Fafita, I'll definitely do. X-Factor says, looking forward to the 2023 NRLW Titans content. Best of luck for the finals. Yeah, the NRL. Well, we're going to win tomorrow. Well, we are showing the Broncos versus a Dragons game tonight, which is going to be at 8 o'clock our time. So that's about an hour or so, an hour and a half, no, 2 hours, sorry, after this game finishes. We'll jump on for that stream. If the if the Dragons win that game, the Titans are confirmed finals. If the Broncos win that game, then we have to beat the Raiders. We have to not lose to the Raiders by more than 11 points, I think it is. But I'll be streaming that game anyway. Shuey says, when you think the Broncos haven't really beat any of the top 8 teams by a massive margin this year besides Storm and the Roosters? Yeah, you're not wrong, but don't tell a Broncos fan that. Brighton says, well, never mind, Cogger might get a crack over Gamble. I can't recall a Raiders fan. Oh, we've had a Raiders fan, Jay's best mate. Yeah, no, Jay's best mate's a Raiders fan. He goes by the name Viking Queen. David says, not many Manly. Yeah, there's not many Manly fans. Not many Manly fans. Someone says Dolphins is up there. We have quite a few Dolphins fans who just watch on. They don't actually, but then again, Dolphins fans don't really exist. Sasha Kelton says, only Raiders fan I can think of is Jack O'Neill. Yeah, Jack O'Neill's a big Raiders fan. Big Boy Has says, which team has the brightest future? I think we both know what my answers are going to be here, my guy. Alex with the $8 donation. Appreciate you, Alex, for the dono. Says Bailey Sirenen for a hat-trick. My Paul Momirovski prediction almost came true. Paul Momirovski prediction. What was your Paul Momirovski prediction? Didn't you say hat-trick Momirovski? Did he score a try last night? Did he score a try last night? I can't remember who scored the tries for the Roosters, to be honest. I can't even really... To be fair, for 60 minutes, 65 minutes, that game was really boring last night. Yeah, he didn't even score. Are you drunk? We watched the same game? We watched the same game, man. NRL fans, I think the Warriors will win. Yes, I'm an AFL fan who's only just jumped on the Knights 2 years ago. Good to see them do well. Yeah, well, you haven't... Well, lucky you, man, because you missed out on some pretty awful years in the last 10 years. You've missed out on some really awful years, but it's good to see, obviously, people are getting around, I guess the struggling teams, especially 2 years. Oh, you would have got them in 2021, which still wasn't a great year. They still had a minus 130 points differential or whatever it was. David Chuppo says, can't wait to see who the Titans sign next. Hopefully it's Drake. What a random comment. What a random comment. Brimdog Millionaire says, I've never seen a Dogs fan on the channel before. You've never seen a Dogs fan on the channel before, have you? You've never seen one. You've never seen one. Our streams are flooded with Dogs fans. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Alex says he's only 3 tries away. He was only 3 tries away, yeah. Says North Melbourne fan of the AFL, so I know all about a struggling team. Oh, that is a struggling team, all right. North Melbourne is definitely a struggling team. I'm just going to have a drink of water here. About 25 minutes to go here until kickoff. That is one of the biggest strugglers. Brimdog Amelia was here last week. Yeah, we've got Dazmate. We've got Emilio. we've got a heap. I can't think by name, but we've got Lager Ballsacks. There's also another Dogs fan and whatnot. David Chorpo says, which team cries the most in your comments? Oh, it's the Warriors, David. It is the Warriors. But with that being said, I think that ever since I've kind of called it out a lot, it has slowed down in the chat. But that would make sense too. Big Boy has says, I've definitely never seen a Titans fan on the channel before, to be honest. Yeah, tough to find them. Tough to find them, especially when you're looking them directly in the eyes. You muppet. Truth Master says, yes, it is Cogger. Yeah, Cogger is a 7, though. So, Cogger is playing 6 whilst Luai is out for the Panthers. But Cogger realistically is a 7. So that's kind of interesting signing there by the Knights, in my opinion. Especially when Gamble has been going well. But I guess it's depth. But he would want to be going there expecting to start. But Jackson Hastings is a guy in the 7. Unless they're considering moving Jackson Hastings. But then again, Jack Cogger and Tyson Gamble would be a weird pairing. I'm not too sure. Happy birthday, Tyler Schaffer. Shuey says, no, Marcel. What's Marcel said? Marcel Moose says, does Dragons and NRL have a chance of making the finals? Okay, you want me to show you? I'll show you how much of a chance you've got to make the finals. There's your chance, mate. There's your chance. That's your chance for making finals. It says eliminated. It's because you're eliminated. He's gone. Very much gone. They're gone. Marcus' dad's mate is actually in here. Yeah, you never can get rid of him. You just can't get rid of him. T. Rick and Among Us says, yes, BKR is the Titans fan. That's me, yeah. Tanner says, next year might be the closest yet. Hard to predict the top 8. We say this every single year, man. Every single year we say, oh, here we go. This is going to be real tough to predict. This year was actually really tough to predict, though, because the Warriors and Knights came out of nowhere. I didn't expect the Raiders to get there either. They were lucky to kind of get there in the first place. I did expect the Storm to drop off a little bit further. I think their play style has dropped off quite significantly, but they've still been able to get the wins when it counted. Definitely wasn't expecting Rabbitohs to be out of the 8, and I thought the Eels would still be in the 8 as well. I did put the Cowboys to drop off, but not as significantly as they did. But most of the bottom 8 was still pretty, and most of the top 8 and bottom 8 was still pretty self-explanatory, just obviously mixing it around. Star Wars Fanboy says, don't know if you've answered, just got here, but will you stream Titans tomorrow? Any more NFL games? Yeah, we're doing NFL throughout the season. Yeah. And I will be showing the Women's Titans game tomorrow, because that's in Canberra. I'm not flying down to Canberra tomorrow. So we'll be streaming here for the Titans Raiders game, and a big one. That'll be the first Titans stream that you would have gotten since the Titans Broncos women's game, because obviously I'm at every game, so I can't normally stream them. Shuey says, I wish I was a Titans fan first in the NRL, plus being undefeated and being in the top 4 NRLW. Exactly right. Yeah, have a look at the ladder. The live ladder's right there. Lord Levy says, do Dragons women have a chance still? No, they do not. No, they're gone. Sorry, if you're watching down here, we're obviously live on YouTube, so I showed them the ladder of the women's ladder, and they're in 6th. The Raiders are in 5th. If they beat the Titans by more than 11 points tomorrow, they make the 8. That's sorry, make the top 4. And if they beat the Titans tomorrow, maybe like by 4 points, they wouldn't go above the Titans. But then if the Broncos were to lose tonight to the Dragons, then the Raiders would be able to go into the top 4 instead of the Broncos. Lauren Ingertow says, "Hi Blaze, how's everyone? Funny that if the Wars win, would be New South Wales, Queensland, Vic, and New Zealand." Yeah, that's pretty cool actually. Yeah, Penrith, Broncos, Storm, and the Warriors. Yeah, that's crazy. That's pretty interesting. But then again, we always classify Victoria as Queensland because of all their Origin players, and New South Wales encapsulates Samoa. They encapsulate Samoa, but we'll take New Zealand. We just do it. Christian Kerr says, "Imagine Newcastle win the NRL and NRLW. Newey would go wild." Yeah, Newey would be insane. I don't think it's possible, but Newey would go absolutely insane. If the Panthers hit the 3-peat, are they the greatest team of all time? Yeah, I would probably say so. I would probably say so. I wouldn't say it right now, but the longer when we move past this era, you'll look back at it and you'll say, yeah, that Panthers team was the best of all time. If they go on to the 3-peat. And you could even make an argument right now that they just simply are right now. Because look, they made the grand final in 2020. They've won 2 grand finals in a row. And then if they win this one, that's 4 grand finals in a row and won 3 of them. And the only one that they lost was their first one in 20 years. They only lost by a small margin too. It was a blowout until it wasn't. Like the Panthers still had last chance to actually score and win the game. But it was a blowout for the most part. I will say Dragons and NRLW team have been robbed many times this year, not trying to be biased. Sounds like a bit biased there, Shuey. Sounds like a little bit biased. Malcolm says, "Same Reese, far out I'm nervous, but I'm glad it's the Knights, not the teams at the top." Oh, Malcolm. This is why you are a Muppet. You can't, I hope your team doesn't have the same thought process as you. I hope your team doesn't have the same thought process, mate. You want to play. If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. No matter what. Next week you're going to have to take on the Broncos, and the week after you're going to have to take on either the Panthers or the Storm, which all 3 of those teams, mind you have not beaten this season. Right, that is the biggest worry here with the Warriors. So, yes, obviously, you are playing a team that is lower than you, but they also scored more points than you this season. They scored more points. They scored 626 points to your 572. They conceded only 3 points less. So, it's not a gimme. And their points differential is 51 better than yours. 51 better than yours. Bulldogs fans are the biggest reason for that, but but the fact of the matter is the truth. Emilio Savage says, October 2027 will have done a 4-peat. Yeah, go the Titans, Emilio. I agree. I do agree, Emilio. The Titans will have done a 4-peat. Christian Cat says, imagine Amy Park crowds when Melbourne are bad. They will be lucky to get 10,000. I've been saying this for a very, very long time, man. I've been saying this for a very, very long time. When the Storm one day fall off, and it will happen eventually, at some point, things do change. They will struggle for crowds massively because they were in a finals game last night and struggled for a crowd. Yeah, I've been saying this for a long time. Jack says, no, I would if it was the Titans men's side. Oh, no, would you, Jack, or what's Jack said? Would you go to the grand final if the Titans women's made it? Yes. Yes, I will. Yeah, I'll go. I'm only going to the grand final this year if the Titans women's make it, and then Antonio would stream, I believe. He has told me he would. If the Titans women's team made it, I would go down to the grand final, yeah. I would. Brian said, I think the Warriors might dust them up. Potential 13+. Knights coming off a 90-minute slog. I don't think it's impossible. I do think Watine Zelezniak is a bolter for a try today. I think he might even be his first try scorer, which is a bit of a cowardly play to go with the winger to get the first try, which is, it is pretty basic to say that. But with that being said, there's a reason why it's basic. There is a reason for it. Star Wars Fanboy says, Panthers will be considered the greatest team until the Titans get the 5-peat in 2024 to 2028. Yeah, we agree, Star Wars Fanboy. We just had this conversation with Emilio and the Titans winning the comp. Christian Kerr says, Warriors lost to a Brisbane C-grade team. Malcolm, remember that? They did. Yeah, they did. X-Fact says, it would be a historical achievement to win a 3-peat in this era of the NRL with how tough it is to make it through a season with injuries, let alone lose key players every season. And the good thing with the Panthers is they didn't buy it, right? They didn't actually go and buy it. They actually have worked it. They have worked the system and have gotten local talent in the Western Sydney corridor, which is great. Great for them. Marcel Moose says, can't wait till the Storm suck. I guess you just have to wait for Bellamy to leave, man. Mitchell says, that's a pretty egotistical comment. Yeah, it is, but this is why this guy is an idiot. George Rose, NRL TikTok says, "G'day, Jay, BKR, good to be on YouTube." Yeah, obviously, I have got the TikTok here today, so people can obviously watch it down there, but mainly we are, still replying to the comments here. Olivia Reed, member for 6 months. Get around Olivia, says, "I'm a Muppet memberino." You are a Muppet memberino, thank you very much. And Brighton says, "Their lowest spot is 6th other than 2010 when they came last for cheating." Hey, they still came last. They still came last. 20 minutes to go here until kickoff, guys. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new around here. 20 minutes to go. 20 minutes to go. Are you friends with the Brimdog Millionaire says, "Are you friends with the Titans girls?" Yeah, of course. Obviously, we had Shay Lee in the front line the other week. And we had Riley Jorgensen and Jamie Chapman. Obviously, was on the channel as well. Yeah, no. Pretty close with the girls as well, and they know what we do. Georgia Hale, great woman. This whole team, they really do have a really good connection with the community. So it's really good to see. And yeah, no, I know them through the club. And I'm going to be at awards night. I was invited to awards night on Wednesday night as well, which is great. And David Chukball says, "I'm surprised Dalmatani Celestinac did not get one try or even get close to getting a try when they face the Panthers." I'm not really surprised, David. They took on the Panthers in Penrith. I wasn't really surprised, especially with no Sean Johnson. With Sean Johnson there, that changes the attack drastically. Drastically. Lord Levy says, "The Panthers training facility is next level." Yeah, it is. George Rose says, "TikTok good, but I like the overlay on YouTube with the score and such." Yeah, of course. I can show you the score. We've got the ladder. We've got the eliminator. We've got the GameDay Squad. Don't forget, guys, to get onto the NRL Finals Fantasy with GameDay Squad in the pinned comment in the chat. Click on the link. Get around it. Get around it. Brian says, "Shaylee." Now, that's an NRL name right there. No, Shaylee Bent. Shaylee Bent is the name. Shaylee is actually the partner of David Fafita. Shaylee and David are together. Malcolm says, "Are we BKRmy and Muppet Memberinos?" You're just a Muppet, Malcolm. Olivia Reed with the $8 donation. Get around your Olivia again. She's swiping it down. Says, "Another day and another donation. Now I'm a Kiwi, but as a Broncos fan, I'm going for the Knights." Yeah, I agree with you. As a Broncos fan, you would go for the Knights here because the Warriors would, I feel, be a bit more of a test next week. I feel they would. Truthmaster says, "Rabbitohs was a shock to not make the 8. They just turned off." Yeah, absolutely. I had them to win the comp, mate. I had them to win the comp. Marcel Moose says, "Who do you think should be the next NRLW team?" Well, I'm pretty certain I know the 2 teams that are going to come in next, and that's Manly and the Bulldogs. I'm pretty certain. Trucking says, "We don't talk about that team here." Oh no, what's Mitchell said? Oh no, Mitchell, North Sydney Bears, Muppet. You are a Muppet. Burleigh Bears are playing today though. Burleigh Bears in the grand final. My boy, Keanu Kinney, he's cracking on. Keanu Kinney, we've got Isaac Fa'asuamalawi in the game. There is also, who else is playing there for the Titans boys? Jacob Arlick, he'll be playing in the game. Who else is cracking on? We have a few players in that team. I just can't think right now. But there's those 3. There's definitely at least another 1. Could be 2, but there's definitely another 1. T-Ricky says, "I picked Ronald Volkman over Tamari Martin." I'm not a big fan of Volkman, to be honest with you. I've seen him a couple of times now. I know the Warriors fans are pretty hyped up on him, but they better be hyped up on him because he's their next answer for the 7 once Sean Johnson goes down. And not goes down in injury, but goes down, well, maybe from injury, but also in regards to just health-wise and age-wise. Health and age-wise. Marcel Moose says, "Bulldogs women's team is interesting." Why is it interesting, Marcel? Why is the Bulldogs women's team interesting, Marcel? Brian says, "If the Broncos turn up with the attitude like you suggested, overconfident, I reckon both the Knights and Warriors could win. I don't think the Knights, I do think the Warriors." Jack says, "What's your thoughts on the Dolphins breaking the anti-tampering laws, possibly fined $50,000? I don't know enough about it, man. I don't know enough about it. I haven't read into it. I couldn't really care less, to be honest with you. I know the manager's come out and said that there was no tampering or whatnot. But with that being said, he's going to say that to defend the club because he doesn't want to burn any bridges going forward. Salvas Family says, "Couldn't Q Cup and New South Wales Cup teams just play their full first grade side to win finals?" What do you mean? Well, in talking about finals, in Host Plus Cup, and I believe same thing as with New South Wales Cup as well, you have to have played a minimum of 5 games for the team in the regular season to be able to qualify for the finals. So it's like you can't just use, for example, the reason being is because if you brought out the Burleigh Bears, they would just throw out their entire Titans team. You'd chuck Tanner, if he wasn't injured, Tanner Boyd in there. You'd chuck Kizafora in there. You'd chuck Sammy Verrills in there. You just absolutely put your talent into that team and they'd win easily. So you have to have played a minimum of 5 games throughout the season to be able to qualify for the team for the finals. Jalen Charles says, I had my first try scorer, Dom Young, and Knights win 1 at 12. Big call. Be good to see. Shish says, we don't need more vultures in league, Marcel. What? X-Factor says, how do you want the Titans spine line up in 2024? X-Factor, you got to listen to the podcast, man. Myself and Clarkie's Rugby League column. Myself and Clarkie's Rugby League column, every single week we go through the Titans women's team, Titans men's team, the Host Plus Cup, Burleigh Bears, and Tweeted Seagulls. We go through everything Gold Coast Titans, man. So we've gone through a review of every single individual Titans backline player last week, or this week just gone. And this week coming up, we've got the forward line, but also we review the Burleigh Bears grand final game against the Brisbane Tigers, and also the Titans women's game against the Canberra Raiders women. Christian Kerr, I'm not going to read that comment out. Also, like, guys, women's players, there is definitely attractive women's players, guys. There definitely is. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to deny it. But with that being said, it's not the main part of the game. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I do know some of these women, so let's keep it respectful. Shelly says, are you going to watch the ALD Cup final? Bears finna win. ALD? ALD. Are you talking about Host Plus Cup? What's the AL? Oh, Queensland, but you've put the A there. Okay, I had to fix it in my head. Well, that's on at 5:30, which is at the end of this game. So I'll watch it. I won't be able to stream it. I would have streamed it if it was, at another time, but unfortunately it starts just before this game finishes. Brighton says 1 JC, 2 Khan, 3 Jojo, 4 Kelly, 5 Sammy, 6 Foreign, 7 Boyd. Not too shabby at all. Are you forgetting Brimo? Brimo needs to be on the field, man. AJ Brimdog Millionaire needs to be on the field, man. But it's not too shabby, but I have a few changes. X-Factor says you should add the podcast to the bio on YouTube with a link. I do, don't I? Do I not have it on my YouTube streams? In the description? Oh, gee whiz, I'm a Muppet. I am a Muppet. Alright, so we've got 10 minutes to go until kickoff, guys. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, comment your score predictions in the chat right now. Let's quickly go through we'll go through team lineups when it gets to 4 p.m. We'll go over it again. Marcel says, I was thinking you could play your whole NRL team in New South Wales Cup when you have a bye. No, you can't. And also, you got to remember, the Titans, for example, just to use them as an example, the Titans have both Tweed and Burleigh for this year. Burleigh goes to the Broncos next year. But the reason why Burleigh is successful is because of the Titans players. So, but the point of the matter is that we have Tweed and Burleigh. So we have some players from the Titans who represent Tweed and some players from the Titans who represent Burleigh. So it's not just all players play for one team, are represented by one team. Shuey says, people are honestly sleeping on Khan as a winger of the year. Oh, yeah, Lofiana Khan Pereira has been brilliant this year. For a debut rookie at age 20. I don't think he gets it, though, because you do have guys like Dom Young. You do have guys like, not Chancellor Clark, so Dallin Watini-Selesniak. Greg Martu has had a great year as well. There's been some really good quality talent across the competition. I think the Broncos wingers actually haven't been as good as you would have thought. Who else is out there? Alex Johnson, I don't think, would be up for it this year. Who else is there? Will Warbrick is another one. He's been brilliant this year in his rookie year as well, or his debut year, I guess. Think of any other wingers that could be potentially up for it. Both Knights wingers. Watini-Selesniak for sure. Will Warbrick for sure. Definitely not Fortnite Boy Molotalo. Even though he has the talent for it, just hasn't had a good year. Who else is there? I can't think really a great deal. Who else? Turuva's been good. Yeah, Jermaine Sarko as well. Marcel Musa, yeah. Yeah, Jermaine Sarko's been good. Mitchell, with the $8 donation, appreciate you, my guys. It's my apologies for bringing up such a disgusting kind of species like that team. Thank you for your apology. Good man. Very good man. Lord Levis says, damn, I didn't realise the game started at 4. I thought it was tonight. Cheers, brother. Yeah, no, it starts in 10 minutes' time. Yeah, no, the game starts in 10 minutes' time, man. Get ready to rock and roll. Brian says, to be fair, the perfect 14 Brimo, but he's better than a bench spot. Yeah, he should be starting, man. He has to be starting, man. Get him in. Get him into the team. Casey getting around the Knights. Jack says, Titans forwards for 2024 will be stacked. Cleese Haas has been impressive. Yeah, for sure. You've got Jimmy Jolliffe. You've got Mikey Fodawaker. You've got Dave Fafita, you've got Tenafasa Malawi, you've got Ez Clark, you've got Keenan Palacia coming over from the Broncos, you've got Chrissy Randall. How good's he been this year? I'm not even mentioning everybody at the moment. There's still Isaac Fasil Malawi, there's Jacob Arlick, brilliant. Dean Mariner could have been, but only got like 3 games in him. Yeah, the Broncos go. Their wingers are what? Selwyn Cobbo and who's been their wingers for most this year? Actually, their wingers haven't actually like Jesse Arthurs is one of them who they've gone with, but who's been their wingers for the majority of the year? They haven't really stood out. Selwyn Cobbo and Jesse Arthurs maybe, because they kind of got rid of Corey. They kind of got rid of Corey Oates. So I would make an assumption that the most games played by the wingers would be Selwyn Cobbo and Jesse Arthurs, potentially. And correct me if I'm wrong. Shishman for 1 month, get around here, says, donate more and maybe you'll be accepted, Mitchell. Shish, the old business salesman. The old salesman here for BKR Sport. Jared, that's right. The Banana Gamer Boys. Is Sean Johnson playing today? Yes, Sean Johnson is playing. Yes, Sean Johnson will be playing. Emmett Duncan is named an NBA player for an edit. Zach Levine. Brighton says, Jojo's been pretty unlucky with injuries, plus not being picked for me. He hasn't had enough of consistent first-grade games to really show his talent. The guy is one of the fastest players. Jojo is actually the fastest player on the team. Jojo and Lothy would be a great race between the two, but most of the boys who obviously work with them every single day say that Jojo is actually the faster player. And that's what the boys do say. Tyrick Namungus is a Fanor Blake or Donald Martinez or Lesniak to score first try for Warriors, and Dominic or Gaga to score first for the Knights. I'm just going to go simple and say Martinez or Lesniak. I will. I'll just go simple and say Martinez or Lesniak. All right, come on. Starting to get excited now for the knockouts. Here we go. Here we go. Now we're talking. 15 years since the last home final for the Warriors. Titans are 13 years now. So maybe next year. Maybe next year. Because we're on the bye right now. As you can see the ladder, we're on the bye right now. But we'll be there. We'll be there, don't you worry. We're going to come flying next year. Absolutely flying next year. Move that down like that. Beautiful. And move that up like that. But on the game, boys, I reckon the Roosters could have won last night if the ref called the Harry Grant knock-on. Yeah, that's great. But the ref also made some pretty horrible calls against the Storm too. Yes, that was a huge call, but the ref was also pretty awful. Ashley Klein was pretty awful against the Storm as well. That was the biggest talking point, but that was the biggest talking point as well. One, because it was obvious, but two, because the Roosters lost. If the Roosters had have won that game, the emphasis would have been on the Harry Grant high tackle, where he got tackled high, and the Storm didn't get a penalty from right next to the post to take the lead 14-13. So it just came down to whoever lost that game for the emphasis to be on the wrong call. Fatima says Titans versus Storm, for anyone wondering. Absolutely. 13-12 to the wires. Sundo, you can't keep going with the 13-12s here, Sundo. Come on now, man. 13-12. Gee whiz. You Roosters fans love the old 13-12 scoreline, don't you? You're not Brendan, Banana Boy. Shush. That is not Brendan. Yeah, unless Brendan's gone to a fake account, maybe. Maybe he's gone to a fake count. Jack says that Harry Grant knock on to the head high tackle on Grant with the bad calls last night. That's what I'm saying. Whoever loses that game focuses on that one. And that's the big talking point. So if the Roosters won that game, the focus would have been on Harry Grant being high tackled and it would have been a robbery for the Storm. But considering the Roosters lost that game, the focus was on the Harry Grant knock on and that the Roosters got robbed. It's kind of how it goes, man. Bizarre's Warriors by 1 billion. Let's go. Stoked for the game. Here's Bizarre. Brighton. Watch out. Brighton and Bizarre about to go toe-to-toe again. So his family says, in hindsight, Storm are happy that Grant head high wasn't called. Yes and no. They probably still would have got the kick, which would have been 14-13, and there would have been a minute 40 left on the clock anyway. So, and I go as well and actually relate to the Carlton game versus the Melbourne Demons last night. I don't understand why he took the kick so quickly. One, he nearly missed that kick in that last 40 seconds or 50 seconds or whatever it was. But two, you take the mark, take it back, and soak up the time. So even if, and this is in comparison to the NRL, if me had had that kick, he would have wasted a good 40 seconds anyway. So it didn't really matter. Regardless, the game was done, whether it be by the penalty or the try. It just means that the Storm won by 5 points rather than 1. Slapper says, I'll say the Knights win at 26-22. Stewie says, can't wait till Monday. Going to wake up and watch some NFL for Knights for the win. Yeah, no, it's going to be good. I'll be streaming some of the NFL games on Monday as well. NRL Clips, Warriors 13+. Ooh, 13+ the Wires. 13+. I can see a world happening. I can see a world happening, but I will take Wires 1 at 12. That Carlton game was crazy. Yeah, it was. It was really good. Really fun to watch, especially considering the long history that the Carlton Blues have of unsuccess, of lack of success is what we'll say. I wonder who most neutrals are supporting this game. I'd say most neutrals are probably getting around the Warriors. I'd say most neutrals are. They've got the vibe about them, you know. They've got that real, I guess, Islander vibe. You know, obviously, my life I've grown up in Fiji for majority, right? So I get this Islander vibe, and that's why I'm kind of, you know, loving a bit of Wars today. But with that being said, I don't have any, you know, negativity towards the Knights either. Whoever wins this game, just go on and win next week, please. Man says, what do you think about the Wallabies versus Fiji? To be honest, as an Aussie, I'm not going to be surprised if Fiji win. I think Wallabies win, but I think Fiji will give it a red-hot crack. They'll be very angry after that Wales game as well, with the controversy of that Wales game. That's tonight, isn't it? I could stream it. I could stream it tonight. Wallabies. The Wallabies play at 1 for... Oh, that's on Monday. I might stream it. We'll see how we go. I might stream that, actually. Yeah, I will stream that. But, yeah, I think Fiji will be pretty angry. Fatima says, Brighton vs Bizarre was probably better than the NRL game. Exactly right. Sando says, hello from TikTok. The cameraman says, I saw you in Brisbane. Did ya? Well, there you go. There you go. Jack says, who has a better chance of beating the Broncos, Warriors or Knights? I'd say Warriors. Can't wait to see the Pats lock up Tyreek. Stewie says, my hands were red. Was clapping so much. I don't know why I clap when I watch AFL, but I do. You clap? I don't really clap. Do I ever clap in game? Well, I've got the drumsticks normally. Oh, yeah, I will do it. I will do some claps and whatnot when I'm in away games. Just not Canberra. No. Even though everyone in Canberra has the clap, I will not clap in Canberra. I do mess up their clap, though. I do. Fatima says, this game really doesn't mean anything as Titans win the grand final. We know that. We definitely know that. This is what AFL team to go for. I'm a Geelong Cats fan, man, but I also get around the Sunnies for the Gold Coast. But my stepdad back in the day, he was from Geelong, and he got me into the AFL through the Cats. So that was where I got into the Cats. Not a good season for us, though. But the Sunnies are from the Gold Coast, so you know I'll always have love for them, even though they're not good. Mitchell Lazy says, I really hope the Knights can win. I love this team so much. Thickman Toby says, watching the TikTok and YouTube at the same time. Hey, listen, Thickman Toby, you know what you're doing. You know, you're the man. Get around you. Now, that's what we're talking about. Someone's already got his grand final tickets booked. Look at him. He's got those signs are awesome. Tonight is Newcastle's last night. Oh man, Warriors signs are just undefeated. Someone literally screenshotted their ticket to the grand final and has the sign of it. They screenshotted, I think, their Jetstar ticket to the grand final. Hakuna Matata. It means no. Niokore. It was a photo of Niokore, but I couldn't see what the actual thing said. Man, I love Wise fans crowd, their signs and stuff. Brizzy Lions going to win the flag. Ratters. It's very hard to do that when they can't actually win at the MCG. You know, that's the issue. That's the problem here. That is the problem. That's the problem. Oh, some Wires guy on the same just booked his tickets to the finals. Yeah, literal sign of it. Brighton says, Warriors defense was solid as a rock for most of the year, but the last 5 weeks or so they've leaked points into average teams as well. You'd think it's superior than the Knights defense. Yeah, to quickly go through, and the game does start in just a few moments, but to quickly go through the Warriors' recent record, it kind of started to wobble around that Titans game, you know, where the Titans really gave it to them despite being a man down for 70 minutes. You know, they obviously conceded 32 to the Panthers. They conceded 34 to the Dolphins, but that's forgivable because it was a very, very heavily depleted Warriors team. It wasn't a full-strength Warriors team. Only gave 6 points to the Dragons, though, which was good, but it was also a real close game. It wasn't definitive at all. 22 points to Manly, disappointing. 22 points to the Tigers, disappointing. 18 points to a Titans team that was down a man for 60-odd minutes, right? And it was 18-6 at the 70-minute mark to the Warriors. The 60-minute mark. And the Titans came back despite being a man down to make it 18-18 before the Warriors scored a couple of tries very, very late when the Titans were exhausted, obviously. So, yeah, it really was around that. No, you know what? It wasn't that game. That was part of it. But the game that really got at them as well was that Raiders game. You know, where the Warriors were leading by a couple of tries, and then the Raiders scored in the 78th and the 79th minute. Actually scored one in the 63rd as well. They were down like 20-4 or whatever it was, and the Raiders scored 3 tries in the last 17, 2 tries in the last 2 minutes, and then a try on the siren for Jack White, and then they missed the kick, and the Warriors went and kicked the field goal in extra time. That's really the game that's kind of knocked the blocks off the Warriors' momentum, and then they've kind of plotted their way through that final part of the season. But again, they needed those close games to really help them. They needed those close games to help them, despite it wasn't against the good teams. Now, guys, 5 minutes to go until kickoff. Hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. I'm going to read through the two-team lineups here now before we do get into the elimination final. Sean Johnson in, Freddie Lussick out here for the Warriors. Charles Newell-Klokstad is the fullback with Daniel Martinez-Selesniak and Marcelo Montoya on the wings. You've got Adam Pompey and Rocco Berry in the centres with Tamari Martin and Sean Johnson in the 5'8" and the halfback. Adam Fenor-Blake and Mitchell Barnett front row. Wade Egan number 9 with Jackson Ford and Marata Niokore as the back row. Tohu Harris as the captain and lock. Dylan Walker, Jazz Tavanga, Bailey Sirenen and Josh Curran interchange with Tane Tuolpiki as the 18th man replacement. Moving over to the Newcastle Knights, Adam Clune, Brody Jones and Fa'amanu Brown are in with Daniel Saifidi, Jackson Hastings and Lachlan Fitzgibbon being out. Callum Ponga, captain, fullback with the wingers being Dominic Young and Greg Matthew. Dane Gagai and Bradman Best are the centres. Tyson Gamble comes in the 5'8", Adam Clune is the halfback with Jacob Saifidi and Leo Thompson front row. Phoenix Crossland comes into the hooker. Tyson Frizzell and Dylan Lucas at the back row and Adam Elliott is the lock with Kurt Mann, Jack Hetherington, Matt Kroger and Brody Jones as the interchange with Manu Brown as the 18th man replacement. So there's the two-team lineups here for today. Jacob says he's hoping the Warriors go out in straight sets. Wowee. Why says he's showing the game? Due to broadcast restrictions, man, I cannot show you the game. But the best I can do is commentate it. We're live on YouTube right now, man. We're live on YouTube right now. Bizarre says, I come in peace. I'm rooting for Warriors because I bet them minus 17.5. Anyone starts talking smack about the Storm, I may have to destroy them via Super Chat. Oh, no. Smack about the Storm. Well, maybe I should start talking shit then. Did the Lions want the grand final move to the Gabba? Probably. Malcolm says, looks like Knights fan in the crowd. Good to see made the trip. Yeah, of course. Well, there's not going to be many, though. There won't be many. Marcel Moose says, I saw an Ultimate Warriors sign with the mask on player's face. And there was lots of Warriors fans at the Titans game as well. Yeah, South East Queensland had, that's what I'm saying, 50-50 with Broncos and Warriors next week. Truth Master says, I think the bunker is going to determine the Warriors' future tonight. Every try is going to get reviewed. Oh, here we go. Really? Are you going to start them off already? Like, come on, man. Let the game unfold before we start talking about the referee, man. Gee whiz. Trust me. I've done this for years now. If there is a bad call in this game, trust me, you will hear about it. Not from me, but from the Warriors fan. Trust me. Even if it's like 60-40 in favour against them, or 50-50, trust me, man. Don't give them the incentive and the encouragement. All right, guys, one sec. Let's put a bit of water on myself. Brighton says Warriors forwards could dominate here. Yeah, especially with Daniel Saifidi and Lachlan Fitzgibbon out. And two big outs there for the forwards. They've got Dylan Lucas in the back row and Leo Thompson's been good for the Knights this year. He has actually had a pretty good season. Here. Adam Elliott's been pretty good in the lock position as well. But yeah, that's a big loss there. Daniel Saifidi, one of the more experienced guys, and Lachlan Fitzgibbon. Who's not fantastic, but does know what he needs to do. Brocky Sports with the $3 donation says, up the Tars, which is the Titans, up the Tars. I love it, Brocky Sports. I love it. Appreciate you, bro, for the donation. Shuey says, the video package on 9 showed Steve Kerr saying up the wires. Yeah, I saw Steve Kerr did say that. That's pretty cool. Bizarre, as a Titans fan, we have beaten them. Calm down, buddy. Yeah, to be fair, if the Storm win the comp this year, I'm claiming the Titans to win the premiership because we beat them back there in round 3. And if the Broncos win the comp this year, I'm actually claiming the Titans won the premiership because we beat them at Suncorp 18-12. So, you know, there you go. But if the Warriors win, I'll just say we competed very well against them. And I'll just refer to the 44-0 from 3 years ago. And if the Panthers win, then I'm kind of screwed. I'm kind of screwed. But I'll find a way. Don't you worry. I'll find a way. Knights coming out the field right now. Marty, first try scorer AFB anytime. I like that. T-Togger. Chogo says, Wise 13 plus. Johnson anytime try scorer. Gamble anytime try scorer. Walker first, second or third try scorer. 551. Gee whiz, he's throwing everything in. You may as well have just thrown every single bet that possibly could be known to man into that one. But I just simply like Watinsa as first try scorer in this game. I think it'll go crazy. I reckon Watinsa Lesniak could be on for a double here. Knights out onto the field. Also, don't ask me if the Warriors are going to be doing the haka. It doesn't happen until the grand final, guys. But I can understand the confusion because the Warriors haven't been in the finals for a while. So a lot of people do ask it, though. Trust me. Here we go. Here's that Warriors crowd. That's loud, man. It's loud. You can hear it. They're going crazy at Mount Smart right now. Jack says, no, we don't want the Broncos to win the premiership. Well, they don't, because if they win, then the Titans are the ones who are going to win it, because we beat them 18-12. Fatima says, if Panthers win, Eels beat Panthers and Titans beat Eels. Fatima now. Fatima really understands the game. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Marcel says, last Night's game was amazing. Was it? I can't remember. I would have streamed it. But then again, I do stream a lot of games. Every game. Alright, let's click on the Warriors there. Warriors Knights. Round 1 wasn't great. Please tell me that wasn't the last game you were talking about. When I see the score, I'll know what we're talking about. Warriors. No, it wasn't, because that was they've only played each other once this year, and that was back in round 1. And no, it wasn't. That was an awful game. There was so many errors in that game. Alright, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Wayne Talpo getting around the wires. T-Reck Namunga says, my son's not worried. He's a Panthers fan. Shuey says round 1, I think. That was an awful game. There's so many errors in that game. Here we go. Come on, who you support. Not who you think will win. Who are you supporting in this game? Tell me who. Get around it. Come on now. Hopefully we see a cracker that goes down to the wire. And the Warriors will kick this ball off here now. And it will be the Knights bringing it out from their own 5 as Tyson Gamble gives it off into Saifidi. And Jacob Saifidi. Oh, no, he's going over the sideline. Be careful there, man. You've got to be super careful there. First tackle here for the Knights. And they're 15 metres out of their own line. Dom Young now to the 20 will be second tackle. Dazmate says the Titans. Yeah, we all love the Titans, Dazmate. We all do. Second tackle, Crossland. He'll give it out to Adam Elliott. And Elliott will be 25 metres out, third tackle. Mitchell says round 6 they played. I don't know if it was a good game or not. Did they? Oh no, knock on Knights. And Greg Matthew makes a knock on. So that's not a good start there for Newcastle. Oh, was it? No, it was Greg Matthew. That's not good, man. Immediately, a knock-on happens for the Knights, and it's first tackle now for Mitchell Barnett and the Warriors. 25 metres out of the line. George Rose says he did that last week. Justin Leas is up at a wise. Mitchell says Knights 134-24. Oh, Maradi Niokore with a great run here. 20 metres out. You wait for them to set up the Watini. So Lesniak tried on that right-hand side. Sean Johnson gives out the back here to Barnett. Barnett gives it off to Tamari Martin. Tamari Martin now. And Jackson Ford taken down 10 metres out now from the line. Here come the Warriors. Wade Egan. He'll go right-hand side to Sean Johnson. Johnson at the back now. Tohu Harris. Oh, he actually had the pass at the back, but he didn't do it. Warriors game plan, kick to Marzi all day. Exactly right, Brighton. Wade Egan. They go right. They give it out to Sean Johnson. Sean Johnson at the back here. Try time, chance, Nickel Clockstad. Try time for the Warriors. Chance, Nickel Clockstad goes slap. A minute and a half into the game, and Nickel Clockstad has already scored here for the Warriors. Already scored here for the Warriors. It is 4-0 with a kick to come. Slapper says game over. Could you imagine the scenes if the Warriors put a huge score past the Knights here today? But it all comes down to the error from Greg Matthew. Like, the confidence going into that Broncos game from the Broncos and then from the Warriors would be insane. Jed Kerr says, Panthers 3-peat, not even close to a level this year. Been a good contested season, but 13 plus grand final level we verse. What an arrogant comment. Someone says, wow, what an electric start. Yep, crazy start here. And this is what the home crowd benefit brings. Marcel says, I want a good game. To be honest, I think we all want a good game here, man. But that's not a good start for a good game. That's not a good start. Justin Sunner says, the energy in the stadium helped that. Yep, that's exactly what I'm talking about. It's like last week. Just like last week with Newcastle. But that was just too easy, man. At that right-hand side, Knights really jammed in. And Greg Matthew as well didn't really know what he was doing. He was kind of in between two players. If he got that ball to Watini Lesniak scores as well. Yeah, Greg can't handle the pressure, George Rose says. All right, so Adam Pompey from the right side. We know he's not a great defender. He's a great attacker, but we know he's not a great defender. And that one kind of showed it. Even though I think that was just the whole back line of the left-hand side for the Knights just jammed in completely. But Adam Pompey, he will miss the kick pretty badly. Pretty badly. Why is Pompey kicking, Marcel says? I don't know, but that was awful. That was awful. So 4-0 here. At least the Knights can be thankful for that one. They can be thankful for that. Trey says, good work, BK Sport. Appreciate you, bro. Who you going for, Trey? Jalen says, should I have first try scorer, Matthew? Well, Matthew assisted the first try scored. He assisted it, but just not for his own team. So, Knights to kick this ball back off here. George Rose says because he's still not 100%. Who? Who's still not 100%? Oh, Shawnee J. Yeah, I think that's probably a good point, to be honest with you. They're probably just trying to limit the amount of work that Shaun Johnson has to put into his legs today. All right, here comes the Warriors, and Marcelo Montoya literally threw his body at the line just then. Poppy's been kicking for a while. He has been kicking for a while, Sashin, but it has been because of the injury with Shaun Johnson. Penalty to the Warriors. The Knights, you can tell that this is an away game right now. They are not handling the pressure of this early first 4 minutes. They're going to be super careful. If they let this game get away from them, the Warriors will not throw away a big lead in a game at home. They won't do it. So the Knights have to be super careful at this point. Because right now the momentum is drastically in favour of the Warriors. Up the Shane Flano commentary. At least I have Tamari Martin any time. Honestly, take your pick. If the game keeps going like this, take your pick at any time try scorers. First tackle now for the Warriors. They're 45 metres out from their own line. They give up to Adam Fanor-Blake, who will get this ball inside the attack on 45 now. Second tackle. Good little run there from AFB. Wade Egan, he'll go right inside to Tolwa Harris, Shaun Johnson, Maratania Corre, and he'll be 38 metres out, third tackle. Warriors are making pretty good metres here. Left-hand side to Shaun Johnson. Shaun Johnson underneath here, Mitchell Barnett. Fourth tackle, and they'll get this ball to the 25. He's still going here, Barnett. Oh, geez, that's some good work there by Mitchell Barnett. That was really good work. Left-hand side to Tolwa Harris. Harris gets out the back of Shaun Johnson. Shaun Johnson underneath here to Jackson Ford, and he'll be 10 metres out from the line. They're going to go right-hand side here. Wade Egan, he'll get it out the back here to Tolwa Harris. Harris to Shaun Johnson. Shaun Johnson kicks it through here. Forward turning to Lesniak, but it's going to be a dropout coming up. Greg Matthew will get taken down here and go, and a dropout coming up here for the Warriors. T-Mac 987 says, Knights need to settle. A bad first 10 minutes can lose them the game. Absolutely, I agree with you there, T-Mac. I definitely agree with you there. Well, right now, if they can find a way to not give up a try immediately, let this game settle, as you said, they can stay in this game. But if they go down 10-0 quickly, this game could get real ugly. T-Rick and Amunga says, let's go, boys, 80-minute game. Definitely is an 80-minute game. Will the Knights go for a short dropout here? Kalen Ponga will not. He'll go for a midway pointer to about... Actually, it goes to the 45. It's actually ended up being a pretty good kick there from Kalen Ponga. So the Warriors now, they'll be 35 metres out from the line. If they score here, geez, this is going to get real dangerous. Tolwa Harris off to Mitchell Barnett. And Barnett now, he'll be 28 metres out from the line, second tackle. They really are looking to go down that right-hand side, though. They give it out Shaun Johnson to Neil Clockstar. Neil Clockstar gives it again to Rocco Berry. Rocco Berry, he'll be taken down to 15. They're loving this right-hand side flurry right now, the Warriors. Third tackle gives it out to Shaun Johnson. Johnson to Tolwa Harris. They'll get inside the attack in 20. Tamari Martin still going here. Didn't get tackled. He's still moving. He'll get off to Neil Clockstad. And he's going to be 10 metres out from the line. Fourth tackle. Shish with the $8 donation. Appreciate you, Shish. Says try and need. Well, 6 again here for the Warriors. Wade Egan. Wade Egan. Held up. Held up here for Wade Egan. But gee whiz, the Warriors are on attack. Don't even check it, ref. He doesn't get the try. It's held up, man. Come on, man. Why are you wasting that time? Come on. Jasper says, who do you think is winning the grand final in 2024? 2024? Times. Thanks for coming. Sashin says, correct, Shish. You get around, Shish. Brighton says, Knights looking soft as butter at the moment. They are. They are. I don't think this is a try at all. I think it's been pretty clearly held up. Oh, you can't see it. It's actually closer than I thought, though. It's closer than I thought, but I don't know if he actually will get this. I did say as well on Guru's post, Wade Egan for a scooty scoot. Wade Egan here. Will he roll down onto the ball? Will he roll... You're not going to see the ball. You're not going to be able to see the ball. I don't think it does, to be honest with you. It was close, though. Yeah, there's nothing that shows the ball on the ground there. And especially considering he's gone up as a no try as well. Like, it probably maybe touches the ground, but it comes up pretty quickly and there's no angle of it. Tia Ricky says, who scored? It was Wade Egan, but it's not going to be a try. The first try was chance. On-field decision. Yeah, so it'll be held up here and they'll go out to the 10. That's a try, I think. Noah says. Oh, it was close. It was close, but due to the lack of angles and the fact that Adam G called that as a no try originally, went up to the bunker, it was always going to be classed as a no try. So 6.5 minutes in here, Warriors 10 metres out from the line. The Knights just have to really hold out this absolute flurry here from the Warriors. This is a flurry. And they're trying to obviously make up for what happened last week as well. Make up for the last week as well. So they'll go left-hand side. Sean Johnson gives it off here to Barnett. And Barnett is going to be 10 metres out here from the line. Second tackle. Wayne, you're about to get hidden from the channel, bro. 5 metres out here from the line. They'll give it outside to Toa Harris. Toa Harris is going to be 3 metres out here from the line. 3 metres out here from the line. Third tackle. Wade Egan out to the left. He'll get up to Sean Johnson. Sean Johnson here. Adam Fanua Blake. Try time, baby. Adam Fanua Blake. Too easy. This could be a slap up. This could be an absolute slaughtering in this game if this game keeps going this way, because the momentum is absolutely well and truly in favour of the Warriors right now with 8-0 with a kick to come. 8-0 with a kick to come. Try time. Jalen Chell says, Sachin Kelton says, Fanua Blake. Brian says, pack her up. Honestly, man, pack her up. The Knights are looking really, really lethargic in this game. And Frizzell, I don't know what Frizzell's doing. Frizzell has a player in front of him, like a defensive player in front of him. I don't know where Frizzell is, what he's doing there. Do I think they stopped Adam Fanua Blake? I don't know, but Frizzell was awful defensively just then. Never says, Warriors are just easily running through the Knights. Yeah. Yeah, they are. Brocky Sports says, try time, bing bong, marabish. Falakoi says, up the Warriors. T-Mac says, Knights are shell-shocked. Yeah, I think they're just exhausted after last week. I think they're exhausted after last week. That grand final, that game last week was their grand final. And they're now coming up against a team on their own home turf that is going to run off this momentum. Yeah. JT says, are you on the bandwagon? What bandwagon? I'm a Titans fan, bro. Shuey says, this is bad. Very, very bad. Yeah, if you're a Knights fan, starting to get worrying. And it's only 8 minutes in. We're 8 minutes in, guys, and it's about to be 10-0. 8 minutes. Both those tries wasn't a hand laid on them. Rip a good game. Rest in peace, a good game, Brighton. You are right. But it is 10-0. It is 10-0. Nice boys already thinking of Barley. Bradman Best. He definitely is. Wasn't it tight? Was Bradman Best Thailand or Bali? I can't remember. Tirigi says 10-0 to the Mighty Warriors. JT says Wise bandwagon just for finals. Yeah, I would love to see the Wise do well. I would. I would love to see the Warriors do well. I don't see them win the grand final. I could see them pushing the Broncos, but I think the Panthers are just going to be too good, man. Shuey says, Knights haven't had the ball since the 25th second. Really? Yeah, and then Greg Marcy knocked it on. Wow. 25 seconds in was the last time the Knights held the ball in this game. So 88% possession in the first 8.5 minutes. Warriors now. Adam Fanua Blake, he'll get this ball to the 15. Be careful not to give away a penalty, man. Tackle in opposition half. 16 to the Warriors, 0 to the Knights. Second tackle here for the Knights at the 23. And this is what the Warriors needed to do, right? Because they need to prevent... Oh, it's going to be 6 again, is it? Oh, no, it's in their own 30. Don't worry about that. The Warriors needed to prevent the Knights from getting a good head start with their electric attack. They need to try and kill them off quickly. And the Knights had to shut the crowd out quickly. So the Warriors have won this very early battle very, very easily. Charles Newell, clock start. He'll get this ball to the halfway point. Fit tackle. 10 minutes into the game here, guys. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you are new around here. Get around it. We're here live for every single game. We've also got the women's game later on tonight. But Ponga will touch the ball for the first time in the game. And Ponga nearly got away of the first touch. Wow. Jack Lewis says, I love the Warriors' massive improvement in recent years. Also the fact they played away during the entire COVID year to keep the competition alive. Respect. Yeah, we all love the Warriors. Tim Max says, Knights were down early last week, but I can't see them chasing down a big lead again. That was... No, they weren't. It was 6... they were down 16-6 at half time, but it was 6-0 early the Knights. Counter Ponga now. They'll go right-hand side. Dom Young. Oh, he's over the sideline. He's lost the ball, and he's over the sideline. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Who's got the second try, Marcel says? Adam Fanua Blake. Olivia Reese, what is going on with this chat this Arvo? Muppets everywhere. Yeah, Muppets everywhere. Bigger guess, you know, the bigger chats get, it's what happens, unfortunately. T-Rick in Namunga says, Fanua Blake's got the second try and Pompey converted. Yes, he did. Warriors passes are questionable. Warriors passes are questionable? Flap, the commentators say. Alrighty. So it's going to be Warriors ball here at the halfway point. The Knights didn't look this bad this early last week, though. No, they were up 6-0, Tas, mate. They were up 6-0 at this point last week. Tohu Harris now. He'll get this ball inside the attack and half. Actually, 35 metres out of the line. Noah says up the Tigers, but I've been going for the Wires in the finals. He may as well, man. May as well. JT says S-shaped LEM. I think it'll happen, man. I think it'll happen. Payne Huss will be a good shout, though, too. Oh, geez. That's arguably a penalty. 6 more. Don't worry about that. 6 again now. Mitchell Barnett. He's at the 30. Off to Tamari Martin. Oh, they're going to score again here. This is going to get ugly, guys. Put your feet up, because this is going to be a long game for anyone who's not a Warriors fan or a Warriors bandwagoner. Second tackle now here for the Warriors. 10 metres out here from the line. Wade Egan. He'll go right inside of Sean Johnson. Sean Johnson gives it out the back of it to Martin Okore. And he's going to be 8 metres out of the line. 4th tackle. They'll go back to the left here, you'd assume. That's exactly what they do. Wade Egan to Adam Fanor-Blake. Fanor-Blake now. He'll get taken down 3 metres out here from the line. 4th tackle. 4th tackle. They go left-hand side. Wade Egan on Sean Johnson. Sean Johnson at the back again. They give it out to Marcelo Montoya. Game over, lads. Call it off. Call it off, lads. Call it off, lads. Marcelo Montoya, try time. Call it off, lads. Pack it up. Pack it up. Pack it up. And there we go. The Warriors are up 14-0 with the kick to come. Scott says, nice commentary. Appreciate it. Watching, listening from Mexico at the moment. Appreciate you all the way over there in Mexico, man. Wish it was a better game for you right now, but the Warriors are up 14-0. Bing bong. Thanks for coming. We are here for every single game, man. So we'll be here for both games next week too. Joe says, Wise put on a show already? Yeah, they're slapping them up right now. Brighton says, you're done, Knights. Go home. You never turned up at all. They just haven't turned up here, man. Like, it's only been 12 minutes. It's only been 12 minutes. They're having to really just turn around this game from last week and show that the Warriors do mean business this year, you know? Jared Troy's put a stuff in the Warriors. But again, this will give the Warriors some confidence going into the next week's Broncos game. But both the Broncos and Warriors will have kind of questionable confidence based off of the way the two teams have played came out. Muhammad Ayas says, yeah, definitely underestimated how much gas last week's match took out the Knights. Yeah. That was their grand final. He does get it. I don't know why the commentary's even talking about him knocking this on. There's no way they're looking at this try, is there? There's no way they're looking at this try, is there? I'm pretty certain that's a try. Blah, blah, says Knights played their grand final last week. Yeah. Try confirmed. Try confirmed. Joe Mama. Daniel Medvedev says, does he get his foot on the line? He gets his try over the line. That's what I will answer to that. He gets his ball try over the line. Malcolm says, seasoned Wise fans will know we need energy for second half. That's a good point, Malcolm, actually. The Warriors are known for that. But I just don't think this crowd will let them fall apart. I don't think they will. T-Max says, the Broncos versus the Warriors will be a great matchup. The Warriors have a good fan base in Brizzy. Warriors, yes, they have a large audience in South East Queensland. Shuey guy is backed. You're going to get around Roger Shuey Vasashek. He's a good friend of mine. Get around him. So the Warriors here, Adam Pompey, will make the kick. He got the kick for the sideline, 16-0. 16-0 to the Wires, baby. Voddy Hunter says Titans played their grand final back in round 1. No, if you look at the live ladder right here, mate, they're actually top of the table. Just wait, they're on the bye right now. They're on the bye. Wait for the next game. Joe says, Wires got an entire country behind their team. Of course they do. Muhammad Ayas says, Aaron Woods with the Shuey's bat. Yeah, Roger Shuey versus Shek. Billo getting around it. Medvedev says, Warriors have come out pumping. Yes, they have. The Knights have touched the ball maybe a total of 5 tackles. Maybe a total of 5 tackles. This shows the benefits of finishing top 4. Those games from last week took a lot out of Knights and Chooks. It did, but with that being said, the Warriors and the Storm both got pumped last week. Both got absolutely pumperooned. So first tackle now for the Warriors, and it's going to be Jackson Ford who'll get this ball to the 22, second tackle. Penelope says, I agree with the Knights lethargic as. Oh, they just look lethargic. I wouldn't say it's lazy. I just think that they don't have the any energy about them. I'll just go and say it simply. They don't have the energy about them right now. But there's a long way to go. I just don't see the Warriors choking away a 16-0 lead, a big lead in front of their home fans. Ford tackled here at the 40. They go left-hand side into Adam Fanor-Blake. And Fanor-Blake will get this ball to the halfway point. Fit tackle. Billo says, Vonnie time out for not looking at the live ladder. Yeah, exactly right, Vonnie. Start looking at the live ladder, Vonnie. So, right hand side, I think he thought he was going to be able to get me good and like hurt my feelings with that one. Bro, and no matter what you say, I've heard it all, man. Okay. First tackle now for the Knights. They'll get his ball to the 22. Shuey says, Mount Smart's camera angles for the kicks are horrendous. Yeah, they're not great. Olivia says, how's the crowd? Can't see the game at the moment. Crowd's good. Crowd's great. Vonnie says, do it. Okay, no worries, bro. We'll see in 5 minutes. So, third tackle now for the Knights, and they'll get this ball to the 35. You asked for it. Mevita says only 80 minutes, only 80 metres gain for the Knights. Oof. 80 metres. Fourth tackle now, they're at the 40. Again, it's only been 15 minutes, lads. It's only been 15 minutes. EDP says up to Waz. Fifth tackle now at the halfway point. And Crossland. This is their first completed set here, the Knights. That is their first completed set. And the Warriors will grab it through Charles Newell Clockstad at the 15. And you know what helps the Warriors here is they don't have to chance the arm. They can just play safe here for the rest of the... Like, play normal for the rest of the game and not really try and push a pass or push a kick. They don't need to make the big plays because they've already set themselves up a really nice foundation and a platform for the rest of the game. Force the Knights to throw the ball away. Force the Knights to make mistakes. Because right now, the Warriors aren't in any need of desperation. If only wanted it. If only wanted it, Joe. Yeah, well, you wanted it. All right, Warriors now get this ball to the halfway point. Fifth tackle. Fifth tackle here for the Warriors. Carlos Castelo Suarez has para-handed the Broncos a 58-0 finals drubbing. A couple of years back, might be witnessing a bit of history tonight. Ooh, let's not get too crazy. Like, guys, it's still only been 16 minutes. Like, give the Knights a bit more ball and maybe they change it up a little bit. Because the Warriors' defense has been a little bit shaky in recent weeks too. But with that being said, yeah, they did. But then just remember, when Para handed the Broncos that 58-0 finals drubbing a few years back, they went on to lose the next week by like 26 points to 0 to the Melbourne Storm. I would know because I was at both those games. One at CommBank and then the other one at Melbourne. Third tackle here for the Knights. There'll be fourth tackle now at the 45. Taka forking around it. All tackled. I'll go left-hand side. Already did, Tyler. Fifth tackle now for the Knights, and they're at the 42. So, yeah, Para did do that, but they got pumped the next week by the Storm. Penelope said that's a good head start to us. Yeah, huge head start for the Knights right now. But for the Warriors, sorry. But Chance Newell Clockstad will get this ball the 8. First tackle, they go left-hand side of Marcelo Montoya. And he'll now get this ball out to the 10. There's no... I can't believe that they've scored 3 tries and Martinez Lesniak isn't one of them. But he'll get taken down now at the 20. Knights are starting to gain the field position now. Yeah, they're getting a little bit more field position, which you need. But Adam Pompey with a good run gets them back out to the 30. It's only 17 minutes gone. Only 17 minutes, Jay. Only 17 minutes have gone. Fifth tackle here at the 45. Ford's still going. Gee whiz, good run. Real solid one. Mistakes, what's the score? 16-0 to the Warriors in the first 18 minutes of the game. And well, no one's even looking. Oh, Martiu, man. You've got to go to the ball, Greg Martiu. You've got to go to the ball. Barnett slaps him. Oh, Greg Martiu is not translating to finals footy at the moment. He didn't have a great game last week and is not having a great game here today. He's been pretty poor today. Dom Young gets slapped at the 14. Philippines says, too nerve-wracking, man. Come on, Kiwis. Well, if you think this is nerve-wracking, you wait until next week. You just wait until next week. Third tackle now at the 30. No, at the 20. Jeez, they're not making any meters here, the Knights. And Frizzell gets him out to the 30. They need more. They need some oomph, and that's what they need, a penalty. The Knights will get a penalty here. They need that desperately. Brighton says, Knights had their Bali tickets pre-booked. Polita says, up at a Waz. They very much needed that there, that penalty for the Knights. Killers shows the screen. Pretty obvious, man. There's broadcasting restrictions, which is illegal. Unlucky. First tackle now for the Knights. They're at the halfway point. Knights fans, like, I'd start to stress, but don't think it's completely over. Especially, you have to score next, though. It's just as simple as that. Second tackle now at the 45 for the Knights. Tyson Gamble. At least they're in the Warriors' territory for the first time in this game. KJH Sports says, who do you think will upset the Panthers more, Broncos or Storm? Broncos. But that's if they get there. Because the Warriors will give them a test next week, if they make it. Fourth tackle here for the Knights, and they're 25 metres out of the line. Crossland, he'll go out to Gamble. Gamble at the back here. Oh, good pass there for Frizzell. They were looking for Ponga. The Warriors were looking at Ponga, but it was Frizzell who got it. Ponga now, he'll kick this ball through. Knock on Warriors. Knock on Warriors. It's going to be a 6 again now for the Knights. 10 minutes out from the line. 20 minutes to go here of the first half, guys. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you are new around here. Get around it. Remember, Dave says this is a test for the defense. Yeah, for sure. The Warriors do need a bit of a test for the defense, but unfortunately, that ball bounced. The way that ball was moving was really harsh there for Sean Johnson to try and recover that ball. Discreet, how long left? Oh, still 60 minutes. Still 60 minutes left of this game. If you guys are watching on TikTok, we're actually live on YouTube, so if you want to look at the actual live score and the clock and whatnot and get involved in the chat, we're on YouTube on BKR Sports, so check us out. Right-hand side now for the Knights, and they'll cut this back. Dane Gagai, he's 15 metres out here from the line. 11 metres out now. Marcel Musa getting on the Knights. I'd like the Knights to score just to keep it like an interesting game, you know. First tackle, 10 metres out, off to Kalen Ponga. Ponga gives it off here to Jacob Saifidi. And he's going to be 7 metres out from the line, second tackle. They are really missing a guy like Jackson Hastings and really missing a guy like Daniel Saifidi today so far. Good defense there from the Warriors, though. The Knights get locked down to the 10. And the referee's calling this one... Oh, there's an injury here for a Warrior. Marana Niokore. Bless up, man. I hope he's all right. I hope he's all right, man, because he is still down on the field right now. Probably not the right song to be playing over the DJ booth. Probably not. Pretty Queen says score. Score is 16 of the Warriors. Again, if you want to see the live score on the screen, it's on YouTube right now. BKR Sport YouTube. Well, there's a bit of a break in play. I'm going to have a drink of water while Murata Niokore is getting attended to for an injury. Alright, let's have a look here. What happens? Maybe it's just pre-existing injury on his left knee. Maybe that's what's happened. I'm not too sure. Sasson says he looks in huge pain. I think that apparently Nickel Clockstar's knees might have connected with his knee, and it's a pre-existing left knee injury because he had the wrapping over it. But Josh Curran's about to come on here for the Warriors. Lagan Ballsack says time for Andrew Johnson to lace up the boots. DeBeast Damo says, haven't seen you since the Raw and Wanderers penalty shootout. Jeez, that was like 6 years ago, bro. It was like 2018, wasn't it? 2018, 2017, DeBeast Damo. It's a long time between drinks. Yes, discreet. First half. So Marana Niokore unfortunately comes off, but you've got Josh Curran to come in to the game. So Knights here, third tackle, 10 metres out. And the Knights, 6 again now. The Warriors were offside. So it will be 6 again here for the Warriors. For the Knights, 5 metres out here from the line. Phoenix Crossland. He'll give it out to Clune. Clune to Gamble, to Frizzell. And he'll be 5 metres out from the line, second tackle. They're going to cut out to the left-hand side. Crossland to Gamble. Gamble at the back. And he's thrown it so far back that it's nearly reached his own try line. Kalen Ponga now picks it up off the grass. And he'll bring it out to the 15, third tackle. That never happened, though. It definitely happened, Daz. I remember it. Definitely happened. And Tony nearly broke his leg in that one. Knights here. Adam Elliott gets the offload away. Crossland luckily knocks it back there. It's fine. It's fine. Warriors fans can complain, but it is back. If the Knights score here, they probably don't want to because then they'd review it. Fourth tackle here. 3 metres out from the line. Crossland. He'll give it to Clune. Clune to Saifidi. Saifidi himself. 4 metres out from the line. Fifth tackle. Crossland. He'll give it out to the right-hand side to Gamble. Gamble passes it. Dane Gagai. No, Knights. Oh, he's lost the ball backwards, but don't worry about that. Knights, man. You've got to make the kick. You've got to get to your kick there. You have got to get to your kick in that situation. You cannot leave that for a tackle 5 metres out when Gagai was nowhere close to going over there. Nowhere close. 16 of the wires it is, yep. So the Warriors here, 11 metres out of their own line. That attack wasn't scaring no one. Oh, yeah, no way. The Knights have nothing when it comes to the attack at the moment. Nothing. Long way to go, but like that was not a good start. The Warriors' defense was up to standard, though. You can't really discredit the Warriors for that. They were pretty good defensively as well. But the Knights just seemed to go back and forth, left and right. There was nothing really spicy about it. Wade Egan with a great run. Wade Egan. Oh, Tamari Martin was so close to getting a breakaway. But Wade Egan could not get the offload. And they're going to call knock on here. Wade Egan, I think, wants to challenge this. I believe it hits the ground before you pull it up. No, they're not going to challenge it. So it will just be a knock on here from the Warriors. Oh, it's frustrating because if he didn't get his hand directly onto the ball there, Leo Thompson, he would have actually... Oh, that's a close call. I think it would have been inconclusive, to be honest with you. I think if it had been challenged, that would have been inconclusive. Jimmy James says that attack scaring Knights fans. Yeah, if it's scaring anybody, it would be Knights fans. All right, so Knights now. It's going to be Kalen Ponga gets this ball 40 metres out here from the line. At least they're getting a little bit of something now. They've slowed down this Warriors momentum that started the game, and the Knights are trying to work their way back into it at the very minimum. So says, I hope Niokore are right. Of course, we all hope Niokore are right. I think it might be just a contact injury knee to knee. Nothing too significant, but just like a real nudge to the knee, which has hurt his pre-existing. So left-hand side, Adam Elliott with 4 tackle, 15 metres out from the line. They give it offloaded to Crossland. Crossland will give it out the back here. Nice to Clune. Clune and Lucas, Dylan Lucas, 5 metres out from the line, 4 tackle. Dazmate saying Newcastle. You forgot the T there though, Daz. You forgot the T. Right-hand side, Warriors, good defence. Knights 5 out, 5th tackle. Phoenix Crossland, he'll go out to Clune. Clune gives up to Gamble. Gamble, knock on Montoya. Knock on Marcelo Montoya. He had to try and make a play. He went for the intercept. That would have annihilated the Knights in this game if he had scored that intercept. But it will be a 6 again here for the Knights. And the Warriors are going to love that in a way, because although they're up 16-0 right now and they don't want to concede to get the Knights back in the game, the fact is also that they need to have good defense at the Broncos next week. So kind of working their way right now defensively to prevent what the Knights can throw at them, who are an attacking-minded team. It is a good positive sign here for the Warriors if they can hold them out. Keep going, boys. No room or time for errors. Marcel says they've got to do something here. Yeah, they've had a lot of attacking sets now. Crossland, he'll get this ball to Saifidi, 3 metres out. They've had 6 of the last 8 sets of 6 as well. Second tackle here. Crossland, he'll go right-hand side to Gamble. Gamble will go himself. And it'll be 3rd tackle. Don't worry about that. It's going to be 6 again. And it's going to be 6 again. Jared Ford says, yep, got to stay in control of the errors. Definitely have to stay in control of the errors. But if you're a Warriors fan right now, you'd be happy with the defense they're putting on show. First tackle. They got Ponga out to the left-hand side. When Ponga gets the ball, it gets dangerous. Martiu, magic, baby. Greg Martiu will score. He's had an awful game so far, but it needed that one try time there for the Newcastle Knights. And they are back in this game. That was very easy there on that left-hand side there, Medvedev. And Greg Martiu makes it a 16-4 game with the kick to come. 16-4 ball game with a kick to come. EA says game on. Game on now. It's back within 2 tries. Back within 2 tries. Just too easy. Just too easy. Oh, man. Watinsa Lesniak was well off his line there. Rocco Berry as well. Look at Rocco Berry, actually. Yeah. Watinsa Lesniak had to come in because Rocco Berry had really gone in. Mike says, how do Queensland work Ponga and Walsh next year? Walsh 1, Ponga 14. Yeah, that's a real tough one. That is a really, really tough one. I guess it'll have to come down to how the start of the season goes, man. The start of the season will tell us everything we need to know about that. Honestly, right this very second, you're probably looking at Walsh 1. You're probably still looking at Walsh 1. Because the 14 is Harry Grant and Ben Hunt. Unless they go away from the Ben Hunt age factor. But I don't think they do that. I think they keep Ben Hunt, Harry Grant 14 and 9. They probably would go with Reece Walsh. But it's a real tough one. Ponga is very, very good though. And he's having a real big season. Coming back from obviously being selected out of position and injury. And Ponga from the sideline. Oh! Hit the post and just missed. Hit the post and just missed. So 16-4 here, the Warriors, with 13.5 minutes to go here of the first half. Parramatta Eels legend Greg Liliasau. Yeah, people don't realise that was his old name, Greg Liliasau, before it was Greg Martiu when he went to the Gold Coast Titans. Saturn says that was poor. Yeah, it was. That Knights fan looked lonely. Yeah, there's not many Knights fans in attendance. Too many penalties and errors going, boys. Absolutely. Absolutely. Try and make the best get around the wires. Don't forget, we will be also streaming the Rugby League Internationals coming up. We do have the Pacific Championships that include Australia, New Zealand, Samoa, Fiji, Papua New Guinea, Cook Islands. And then there is also Tonga and England playing. Plus there's some women's games. So once the NRL season's done, we're straight into more rugby league content. It's going to be crazy. CJ says, who's the best Fijian player in history of the NRL in your opinion? Marcus Bye's pretty good. Semi Raja would have been if he had kept going on. Kili Iwate was unbelievable in his time as well. Jared Ain would be the one from like before he went to the NFL. Knights now we're taking down to the 40, but that's before he went to the NFL. Afterwards, no. Before, yes. Petro Sivasiva is another one. Forward tackle here at the halfway point. Petro Sivasiva could be second, but I would say Jared Hayne won. Fit tackle now at the 42. Crossland, he'll give it out to Gamble. And Gamble puts it real high here. Need to catch this one. Montoya, no, Neil Klokstad gets that ball at the 15. Marcelo Montoya gets annihilated there by Jacob Saifidi. Keeps going, but then gets crunched down at the 20. Brandon Waken, okay. You deserve a timeout for that. 70 cents a litre was an absolute gun. Yeah, Petro was unbelievable. I met Petro on Fiji for the Prime Minister's game, actually. Australia, PMXII versus the Fiji one, but a few years back. There's a vlog on the channel. I don't think I had Petro in the vlog, though, but he was there. Fit tackled here at the 40. Hayne was unbelievable. Hayne in his prime is so underrated now because of everything that's gone on afterwards. Sean Johnson will kick this ball down the centre. The Knights actually do have the better of the ball at the moment. Greg Marty will get this ball out to the 35. Spider makes says, if Warriors win this, who they face next week? Broncos. Philippines says that old school Fijian that played for Canberra. Forgot his name, though. Marcus Pye was Storm. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. If someone can remember, let us know. So third tackle, they're at the 45. They go left-hand side, Adam Elliott. And now the Knights are at the 40. Fourth tackle, Crossland. He'll give it out to Jackson Hastings, to Ponga. Ponga here himself. Ponga's still going. Taking down 25 metres out, fit tackle. Not Edric Lee, Daz, mate, thank you. But not Edric Lee, no. It's not who we're talking about. All right, up it goes here to the... Oh, good take by Montoya under a lot of pressure. Lucky he didn't go into the in goal as well because there was a lot of pressure there. Adam Pompey. He's actually having some really good runs in today's game. Yeah, Ken... Yeah, I know. Yes. Yes, Jared. That's not the right last name. It was Ken something. Those ones aren't right, though. So 10 minutes to go here of the first half, guys. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new around here. Yeah, Nandaruku, that's the one. Yeah, Ken Nandaruku, that's the one. Fit tackle here at the 40. Notice the Knights are holding the Warriors up pretty well. They are now after that early flurry. After the early flurry, they definitely are now. So Warriors now, Greg Martiu. He's going to get this ball to the 30. He'll be first tackle. If you're on TikTok as well, guys, smash that like button. Really appreciate it. Obviously, follow if you are new. And it'll be Bradman Best who'll get this ball out of the 40. That's the guy, yeah. Nandaruku was a great player. They'll give it out the back head count. Ponga. Oh! Adam Pompey can pick this up and run away with it. He gives it up to Marcelo Montoya. Montoya here's at the 30. Taken down to the 25, but a mistake from the Knights. Puts the Warriors back on the attack. You've got to go quickly to the right. You've got the numbers if you go right. No chance. No Clockstar cuts back into the middle. It's first tackle, 20 metres out from the line. Not Tom Leroy Laz. Jazz, mate, thank you very much for the comment, though. 6 again, no. For the Warriors, Jazz Tavanga. He'll get this ball inside the attack and 10 now. 9 metres out. Someone else to score at 16-4 to the Warriors over Newcastle with 9 minutes to go. If you're watching on YouTube, you've got the live score on the screen as well with us on BKR Sport YouTube. Second tackle now, 3 metres out from the line. Wade Egan. Out the back to Sean Johnson. Sean Johnson, short ball. Josh Curran. Oh, 2 metres out from the line. Third tackle for the Warriors. Leading 6-4. Can they go to the 20-point marker already? Wade Egan. Scoot. Held up. No. I called the Wade Egan scoot. He's gone over twice, but it's going to be held up twice. Gee whiz, thank you for the roses. Spider-Max is up the storm. Cats. So, 9 minutes to go to the first half. Wade Egan may have scored here. Referee's right there, though. He should have been able to see if this goes over or not. Like, I don't know why G's had to go up to the bunker here. He was literally within 2 metres of where this ball is. Yeah, it's held up. I don't know why he even had to check it, though. Like, it's very obviously held up there, and he's right there. Right there. So this will be no try, and it'll be Warriors ball 10 metres out. All right, held up. Get around you, Julian Ali. Appreciate you, man. Full tackle here, 10 metres out. Warriors go left-hand side to Barnett, and Barnett's going to be 5 metres out. I think they want to look out to the left here. No, they're going to come back to the right-hand side. Waiting, and Sean Johnson. Sean Johnson, short ball. Knock on there. Knock on by the Warriors. Suliasi Vunivalu is another good one, Toxic, yeah. It's a good one. But it will be a knock on there from the Warriors. It's on fit tackle, so it doesn't really matter. Knights will get the ball here at the 10. At least Marata Niokore is riding the bike at the moment. That's good signs. It's good signs. If you want to watch with me, guys, jump on YouTube, BKR Sport YouTube. Saturn Kelton says, we've definitely took the foot off the pedal. Yeah, for sure. Zoo versus Mendoza, Sunday, October 15. We'll probably stream that game. That fight, sorry. Probably stream that one. Maybe he didn't want to be wrong and have another Ashley Klein. Yeah, but that one was obvious. He saw it. He was there. He watched it. He watched it not go down over the line. Crossland here. He'll give his ball after Adam Elliott, and that'll be Frizzell, who'll be 42 metres out from his own line for tackle. Crossland, he's going to go to the left-hand side. And now the Warriors will be at the halfway point, fit tackle. Crossland off to Gamble. This game is actually still on here. It looked like it was going to be a blowout early, but this game is still on. But if the Knights were able to find a way to come back in this game, it would be electric. It would be electric for them to be able to get something like that. That would be just a wild comeback considering how tense and significant that momentum was for the Warriors early days. Second tackle here for the Warriors. They'll go left-hand side now to Rocco Berry at the 35. Lagan Ballsack says Alex Johnson, all-time best Papua New Guinea players. Up there. David Mead as well. Adrian. Oh, knock on there for the Warriors. Now Knights ball. Dane Gagai at the 45. He'll give it off to... Dylan Lucas. Good step there to the 35. Knights are on an attack here. If they score here, it'll be a one-score game going to half-time, and that will be really impressive for the Knights rather than the Warriors, considering how this game started. They're 30 metres out even the line. First tackle for Newcastle. Phoenix Crossland gives it outside to Ponga. Ponga gives it up to Dane Gagai. Second tackle here at the 20. 16-4 to the Warriors with 6.5 minutes to go first half. Dom Young off to Kalen Ponga. Kalen Ponga now. He'll get taken down at the 20. It's third tackle. Maybe the arm of the defender was obstructing the view of the ball hitting the ground. No, I think it's pretty obvious. I think he just wanted to do it because he has the ability to use it. But that was an awful kick there from the Knights. Awful kick. And it will be Warriors ball at the 5. Was that Clune? Why are you kicking on third tackle? Jones reckon that the word was in the dictionary. What? Why kick on third? Yeah, really silly there from Adam Clune. But that's why they need Jackson Hastings, man. That is why. So third tackle here for the Warriors at the 20. And now the Warriors will get it out to the 30 through Adam Pompey. Jared Ford says Adrian Lamb. That was the one I was thinking about. Adrian Lamb was the awesome Papua New Guinean player that we're thinking about there for sure. Yeah, third tackle. I can't believe the Knights just did that. They were just working their way back into it too. Sean Johnson here will kick this ball down the guts where Callum Ponga should grab it. No, Greg Martiu, who is just not going out to the ball. Yeah, cool, he scored an easy try on the wing, but defensively, man, this guy just needs to do better. You need to read where the ball's going, man. Ponga to Dom Young, and Dom Young, he'll get smacked down to the 25. Second tackle, 5 minutes to go in the first half. Gives it off to... just nothing happening here for the Knights. Dane Gagai at the 30. They are really missing a guy like Jackson Hastings, who I've never really thought is that great, but he's better than what Adam Clune's produced. Crossland now will give this ball off, and they'll be inside the attacking half of the Knights. A penalty would be brilliant for them, but they're not going to get it. Tyson Gamble will kick this ball into the corner. It's a good kick if it sits up. It will be a great kick from Tyson Gamble. Into the in goal, but sits up just beautifully. Jalen Charles says, I kind of like Selwyn Cobbo. He's a beast, but horrible on defense. Yes. Yeah, most wingers are like that, though. Most wingers aren't the greatest defenders, but that's because, you know, your best attacker is on the wing. They won't know what they're doing. Your best defenders are actually usually in the middle. But your best attacker is on the wing, so Wingers get paid to score tries at the end of the day. He makes the right fit tackle options. Yeah, he does. At least he's got more sustainable fit tackle options. Toll Harris looked like he wanted to get the ball back on the inside for the old Cameron Smith, Cooper Cronk, Belly Slater play to Nickel Clockstar, but it didn't work out. They didn't get the pass away. And Greg Martiu here finally reads the ball. Finally. And now Knights will get taken down to the 20. User getting around the wires. If you are new here, obviously follow along. Hit that follow button. Second tackle here for the Knights at the 25. Yeah, Hastings just brings a lot more of a cool head to the game. Clune has to prove himself. Hastings hasn't necessarily proven himself, but it's proven himself more than Clune by a long way. Knights now, Kalen Ponga. Ponga now, he'll run this ball straight to the halfway point for tackle. Exy says, who's winning? 16-4 to the Warriors with 3 minutes to go the first half. Adam Clune will give it out, and they'll be 40 metres out. That's Jack Hetherington. Knights do have the field position, though. And to be fair, last week, the Knights were down 16-6 at half-time. So the Warriors got to be careful. Close to a high tackle there. I'm pretty certain that is a high tackle. Yeah, milk that. You milk that for a penalty. Yep, and he gets a penalty. Milk it because it's the correct call. It should be a penalty. It was a high tackle, and it will be Warriors' penalty. So they needed that one. 2 minutes 49 to go here the first half. They desperately needed that one there, son. Brian says, come on, Frizzell, you know better. Yeah, this is poor. Oh, yeah. That is definitely high there. It's not a bin, but it's definitely high. It's on report. CJ says, like the stream, boys. Exactly right. Gotta hit that like button. Benz is up at a wires. So Warriors here will be 30 metres out from their own line. Can they get a good attacking set here? Well, good set in general to solidify going to half-time. You don't want to be conceding if you're the Warriors. You've had a good first half. Despite that pretty average try given up to Greg Marty, they've had a good first half with the Warriors. Sam Jenkinson, member for 5 months, says, let's go the Titans. Yeah, we love it, Sam. Get around it. Second tackle now, right-hand side of Sean Johnson. They give it out to Rocco Berry. Rocco Berry runs it himself to the 40. Third tackle, it's a good set here. Good attacking set. Wade Egan. Out to Sean Johnson. Johnson now to Walker. Now Jazz Tavunga. He'll be 25 minutes out. You consider a field goal at the end of this set. You would. Up by 12 points. You consider a field goal. Shawnee J. Toll Harris. Sean Johnson. I think that's a knock on there for the Warriors. And now Knights ball. Bradman Best. He gets support at 25. I would have been a little bit more safe and thought about a field goal at the end of that set. That's what I would have done. Lagan Ball Sacks, member for 6 months. Very good 6 months it's been. Appreciate you, bro, for being a member for 6 months. Minute and a half to go here. Right-hand side. Not Hastings. Oh, that's a knock. This could be... Well, it's going to be Warriors ball. No, it's going to be a knock on they're going to call. I don't think you challenge it either. But it looked like it might have come off his... like upper torso or head. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure. Minute 15 to go, first half. Yeah, it's definitely knock on there for Marcel Montoya. I thought originally it was a Falcon, though. That angle didn't show anything. So 1 minute here for the Knights to try and... They need to pack the scrum. The clock is still going here, Knights. Oh, it's Warriors scrum, Marcel. Why? Why was that Warriors scrum? I didn't think that was a knock-on, was it? Oh. Well, then why does it come back then? Why didn't the Warriors get to play on with it? That doesn't really make any sense. Yes, Isaac Cayley, it is 16-4. But the Warriors have a ball 30 metres out of the line. Wade Egan, Sean Johnson, they go quickly. Chance Newell Clockstad taken down 20 metres out from the line. 43 seconds to go first half. If the Warriors score here, it's going to be near on impossible for the Knights to come back in the second half. But they did it last week. Sean Johnson up to Dylan Walker. Dylan Walker will just run this ball straight. Second tackle, 20 metres out. Do they go for the field goal? It's a good shout. Do you risk it for a try or do you go for the field goal? They're just running the ball up the centre right now, so it seems like they're shaping up for a fieldy. They're 13 metres out. Off to Jazz Tavunga. And Tavunga is going to be 3 metres out of the line. If you're going to go for a field goal, you go for it now. He's in the pocket. He's ready for it. The Knights, they're going to go Sean Johnson. He gets out the back here. Oh, it's going to be, I think The pass was going over the top there for Martinez to Lesniak, but the Knights do prevent it. The Knights do prevent it, and that will be half-time here, guys. 16-4 to the Warriors are very close to scoring just now through Martinez to Lesniak, but will not be. So half-time, 16-4 to the Warriors. They absolutely came out like a train. They were up 16-0 in the first 10 minutes of the game. But the Knights have been able to hold them strong for the next 30 minutes. They've scored 4 points themselves through a really easy try down that left-hand side through Greggy Martiu. And the Knights are still in the game. The Knights are still in the game. If I was the Warriors, you'd probably do think about the field goal there, make it 17-4, and you're up by 13 points at half-time. Instead, look, it's fine. You're happy. You're confident. But you can't be complacent because this game is in no way, shape, or form over. No way, shape, or form over. So, half-time here, guys. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new around here. Obviously, follow and like here on the TikTok if you haven't already. But yeah, half-time to the Warriors. 16-4. I'm going to have a drink of water here while we have a read of the comments. Jack says, geez, it's still game on. Crazy things have happened this year. Yeah, look at last night. Will Warbrick scored in the last seconds. Go and have a look at that Raiders-Warriors game earlier on. What else is there? What other games you could be looking at? You know, Sharks-Roosters last week was fantastic. Raiders-Knights, that game was just all over the place. All over the place. Lagan Paulson says, on your Brighton, Trevor Noah's the guy who had beef with that American. Brighton, member for 12 months. Appreciate you for being a member for 12 months, Brighton. Titans W, get around it. Get around it. Second boy says, who scored the tries? Tries were scored by Adam Fanor-Blake, Marcelo Montoya, and the other one was Chance Noel-Klokstad, who was the first try scorer, and for the Knights, it was Greg Martiu. Marcel says, how do you drink that much water and not go to the toilet? Man, you only see me for like 2 hours, 2-3 hours. People like think that my entire life is just the 2-3 hours you see me. I am able to utilize what I need to do before and after streams, man. It's called preparation. Preparation. Arfax says, BK doing the TikTok streams. I'm doing it as well. Like, obviously, I'm mainly doing YouTube, and that's where I'm mainly looking at, but we are doing TikTok as well. Yes, a 2-litre empty bottle. Okay, let's move on from this, eh? Let's move on from this one. You know what I'm saying? We'll move on from this one. I hope the Knights can try and, get a bit of fight going here. But let's have a look at some of these team stats. So, possession-wise, 53% of the Warriors so far, 47% of the Knights. Time in possession is actually pretty even. 14.47 of the Warriors, 13.03 to the Knights, with a completion rate of 78% apiece. 18 from 23 for the Warriors and 15 from 19 for the Knights. So, the Knights aren't doing as badly as you would think, despite what we've seen this first half. Running-wise, pretty similar. Running meters, the Warriors have 70 more meters than the Knights. Post-contact meters, the Warriors have a bit more, though. 3 line breaks to 1 to the Warriors. 19 tackle breaks to 8 to the Warriors, which is the big differentiator here. However, the thing that I'll point you towards is the average set distance. 41.05 meters on average set for the Knights. 37.69 average set for the Warriors. So the Knights are actually getting an extra 4 on their sets, 4 meters on their sets than the Warriors, which is really, really good. And kicking return meters 125 to 38 for the Knights. Offloads wise, Knights are killing them 5 to 1. Kicking meters 404 to 268, which is in favour of the Warriors. Kick defusal is 50% for the Knights, 67% to the Warriors. Defensive effective tackle percentage, though, is 90.37% for the Knights. So their defense isn't actually as bad as you would think. 90.3% is not actually that bad. It's very good. Tackles made 197. They've made, 21 more tackles than the Warriors? You wouldn't think it. You wouldn't thunk it, but they have. 4 errors to the Knights to the 6 of the Warriors. So the Warriors have actually made more errors, which doesn't feel that way. 2 penalties conceded to 1. Glad the referee hasn't included the whistle in his mouth today's game. And both of you 3 interchanges. So it's actually relatively even for the most part. It's not as drastic as you'd think. Flaxy, get around. You sent the GG, sent the fire, and sent a couple of TikToks. Get around you, bro. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, man. Get around it. We've got people here dropping their memberships on the YouTube. We've got Flaxy sending a few things on the TikToker. Get around it, man. But just waiting here for the second half to get cracking on. Don't forget, guys, we'll be live for the Broncos versus the Dragons in the women's later on tonight as well. Broncos versus Dragons in the women's. If the Broncos lose, the Titans NRLW team is confirmed for the finals, and the Raiders can knock them out tomorrow by beating the Titans. If the Broncos win, then if the Raiders win by 11 points tomorrow or more of the Titans, the Raiders knock the Titans out, or the Titans go back into the third with a win. But if the Roosters lose to the Eels tonight, is that who they're playing? No, I think it's Cowboys, isn't it? Roosters, Cowboys. If they win, then they get second. If they lose, they'll get probably third. David Topo says 2016. Oh, no, you're saying you think Knights win 2016, David. Wow. Flaxy sent a heart. Get around you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Became the number 3 member on the team. Love your work. Love your work. Warriors came out blazing. Game became more competitive as it went on. Yeah, for sure. I think that the hardest thing here for Knights fans that they're going to have to really deal with is the fact that they went down 16-0. They could easily win the second half and still lose this game, which is going to be really frustrating for them. Sleeces wants to score. It's half-time right now. It's 16-4. Got a couple of roses here. Look at me go. 16 roses. Notification. What a legend. Appreciate, man. Appreciate you. Mr. Lambs, go the Warriors. Up the Waz equals NRL Jockig. Go the Warriors plus up the Waz equals NRL Jockig. If that was a funny joke, you ruined it by the misspelling of that last word. Jack says Warriors will need a lockdown on their defense. Yeah, Warriors have got a lot to do still. But the defense hasn't been that bad. They've only given up the one try. I mean, you met me at Coughs. Good stuff, bro. Appreciate you. Carlton says, come the storm. I think the Warriors are going to come out blazing again. Might put 30 on them. I think you're a Warriors fan. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened, though. I would not be surprised. Malcolm says, the try attempt where they couldn't see the ball, that happens a lot with advanced technology. They'll be able to see through people. Oh, Malcolm, please, man. Please don't start whinging, man. You're up 16-4, dude. Like, I can't deal with you. I can't deal with you if you're going to start whinging. It's 16-4 to the Warriors at half-time, man. Just be happy with the lead and move on. It wasn't a try. NRL title. Equals NRL title up the Waz and go the Warriors equals NRL title. Good luck. It's a tough run home. It is a very tough run home. Knights is 2-1. It's 16-4 to the Warriors at half-time. David Topo says Broncos going to touch the Warriors. No, that comment's not being read out. Bianca says up at a Waz. Up the Waz. Well, they do need to do better in the second half. That first 10 minutes was good, but they do still need to do much better. Mr. Lowndes 24-10 Warriors win. I could still see this being like a 28-26 kind of game to the Warriors. I could still see it being a 28-26 kind of deal. Something like that. Marty. Yeah, someone asking who scored last. Flax says, I don't understand how a person's team can be up by a decent amount fairly and still complain. Well, welcome to us having to deal with Malcolm, man. Reese says, glad to see Pompey having a good game. He's been great. Yeah, Pompey's been really good. Let's have a look at some of these stats here for the players, actually. Player stats-wise, let's have a look at Pompey. So Pompey scored a try, has kicked 2 conversions from 3, has ran for 69 metres through 6 runs, which is really good. That's over, 10, 11 metres per run. Post-contact meters of 25, which is good. He had a line break assist, a try assist, a tackle break, a hit up as well. Tackles made 6. He has missed 1. But overall, his stats are really good. His stats are really, really solid today. Adam Pompey. Who else should we look at here? I tell you what, Watins Lesniak hasn't gotten any of the balls so far, man. He has ran back for 55 metres, but all of those have been kick return metres. He's had 26 post-contact metres. I haven't even seen that, to be honest with you. Tackle breaks wise, Montoya is currently leading with... Watins Lesniak is actually leading with 4. Crazy. You haven't really noticed him a great deal today. But yeah, he's got some good stats there. 30 tackles made by Jackson Ford so far. So he is on track for, 50 to 60 tackle game, which is pretty good. Pretty good. Chessie loves on the game. We're on YouTube right now, man. BKR Sport YouTube. We just do a bit of both here, so you guys can tune in as well. Jesse Hampson says, let's go Newcastle. You can bring it back. Hopefully, it'll be a good game. Mr. Loam says, Johnson will score if he misses 2 kicks. Johnson will score if he misses 2 kicks. Okay, some of your comments aren't making sense. They're not making sense, man. They're not making sense. You can bring it back. 28-22 to the Warriors. 28-22. Come on, Warriors. 30-18 to the Warriors, CJ says. Lopuli getting around it. La Bolle getting around the Warriors. Another drink here. Still probably about 5 or so minutes to go here into the second half does kick off. Yo29 says, Tamari Martin's penalty changed the tempo of the game. He's had a few errors, man. Yeah, Tamari Martin's not been great. I won't lie to you. Tamari Martin hasn't really been that impactful. You can see Sean Johnson moving around the place quite nicely. But outside of that, Tamari Martin really hasn't been a helping hand greatly at all. He's had 1 run for 4 run meters. He has had 1 tackle break. He's had 17 passes, but you compare that to the likes of Sean Johnson with 29. Receipts of 17. Sean Johnson's receipts 40. Tamari Martin's made more tackles. 12 tackles to Sean Johnson's 6. But, yeah, no kicking from Tamari Martin at all. Nothing. He's made that 1 error, plus also a penalty. Not been a good game for Tamari Martin. Styles says, Sean Johnson has made his presence felt on offense. Yeah, he definitely does it, especially on that right-hand side. User get around the Waz. Unknown says, how does this game affect LeBron's legacy? Very nice. Very nice. When the Titans win the competition, that's how it affects the legacy of LeBron there. That's how it affects it. Let's have a look at some of these Knights players. I want to see how many tackles these Knights boys are making. Surely it'll be a heap. Greg Marzio has run for 112 metres, but he has also been, for the most part, awful. For the most part. Most of those would be kick return meters, to be fair. Tackles-wise. Okay, tackles. You've got 24 for Crossland. How is the highest tackler on 24 compared to the Warriors on 30? Wow, Tyson Gables missed 4 tackles today. It's a lot. Adam Elliott with 3 missed tackles and 1 ineffective. Ooh. Styles, the left Warriors edge has definitely tightened up their defense. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, they have. Bush says, Tamari been back for 3 games since his injury, though. That's great, but you can't have excuses in the finals, man. This is a knockout elimination final, man. You know, you can't have excuses now. I do get it. I understand what you're saying, but you can't have excuses right at this very moment. Malcolm says, people be thinking Wise be eliminated next game anyway. God, you suck a lot of Malcolm. Up the Wise, T says, Nathan Nation says, just need Dylan Tennessee Lesnat to go in for $300. Yeah, well, right now, man, he was actually so close to scoring at half-time. It was very, very close to scoring just before half-time there, but the ball did go over the sideline. Don't forget, guys, if you're on YouTube here, hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new around here. If you're on TikTok, obviously, follow along. And hit that like button as well. Smash the like. T getting around the wires there. But just waiting here for the second half to start where the Warriors are on top by 12 points. Username says Knights come back to win this. Yeah, still time for him, man. There is still time. It is only 12 points. I still believe the Warriors should have gone for the field goal. I do think they should have gone for the field goal. They were right there. They were 5 meters out? They were literally 5 meters out. They could have just passed it back to the 20. Sean Johnson slaps that. We all know Sean Johnson slaps that. We all know that. Styles says, I'm a Warriors fan, but I reckon the Knights could score a few on the right edge. Look, I just want the Knights to score next. I do think the Warriors win, but I would love to see the Knights score next just to give that real test of the Warriors to see their resilience, because the Broncos will show them, you know, a lot of attack next week. So the Warriors need to know how to defend going into that game. You know, the Knights are a good attacking team, but the Broncos are a different beast. Chris says, all hail Mr. Webster, courage in the team, heart the culture. Agree, but also Todd Payton did it with the Cowboys last year. Look what the Cowboys are this year. I do think the Warriors have done really good this year, though. I will give them that. Julian Grasso getting around it. I bet the Knights will drop goal, but not win. Will drop goal, but not win. Okay, that's a bit random. But the Knights are out here for the second half, guys. It is 16-4 to the Warriors. If you guys are on here on TikTok, we have the live score and everything and the chat and whatnot on YouTube on BKR Sport. Come check us out. Knights, I'm sorry. You should be worried. You tried. Chansey Wanzi, the flying mullet strikes again. Hasn't had a strike in today's game yet, but definitely still could. I'm excited to see RTS in the centres next year. Hopefully people with DWZ. You want Watani Lesniak in the centres? Oh, no, sorry. You want him on the wing and RTS on his wing. I get it. So the Warriors are coming out of it the second half. At the end of this half here, guys, one team will be eliminated. And one team will be going through to play the Broncos at Suncorp. One team will be playing the Broncos at Suncorp, and one team will be visiting the old famous Jimi Hendrix in Bali. Bush says, Tohu always looking so tired. Of course, because he puts an absolute effort in, man. Let's go have a look at how many tackles he's made, Tohu Harris. Tohu Harris today, he has got 8 runs for 69 metres, 25 post-contact metres, so nothing spectacular, but still good. 2 tackle breaks. He's had 8 hit-ups, though. And then tackles made, he's made 19, so still putting in a shift, man. Well, we know that he can do better, though. But the Warriors now, through Tohu Harris, will get this ball out to the 15. Give us your score predictions in the chat, guys. Tell us what you think the score will be at the end of the game. Let us know. Oh, no, we can definitely tell you're drinking, but so second tackle now at the 23. Garcia's Blaze 100% Wires will win. I do like it. I do think the Wires win. I did predict the Wires to win beforehand. Hope the Knights come back this second half, Bianca says. Julian Grasser says this will be huge if Warriors win. They really should. They shouldn't be throwing away a 16-0 lead in the first 10 minutes. So, yeah, you would expect the Warriors to win it, especially at home. Fifth tackle now for the Warriors, and they're going to be 40 metres out from their own line. Blaze 17 saying 24-16 in the Wires. At least that's still giving a shout there. Sean Johnson now, right outside on fifth tackle. I would have thought that he was going to pass that there, to be honest with you. He actually had the space. He had 3-on-1, but then decided to kick it instead. Warriors 22-16 is what Medvedev says. Brito says up the Titans. Down to right, Brito. That's what we're talking about. Garcia says, down, I missed the Titans playing. Yeah, of course we did. We've got the women's game tomorrow, so get around the women's. Big game against the Raiders tomorrow. Well, it's only a big game for us if the Broncos win tonight and the Roosters win tonight. Then it's a big game for us. If the opposite happens, then it's not that big. It's still big because if the Roosters lose, then we can make the get second place for a home final. Appreciate you for the roses. I love Rory. 4 tackle now, right inside, and it's going to be Knights here at the halfway point. Gamble gives up to Frizzell. And Frizzell here with a fantastic run to the 40. All right, can the Knights get off to... They've already gotten off to a better start than they did in the first half. Tyson Gamble puts it up. Not the greatest kick there, but it gives... Oh, that's a mistake. It's 6 again for the Knights. Okay, here we go. Here's Newcastle. A mistake there from the Warriors gives Newcastle the opportunity 15 metres out of the line. Here we go. They go left-hand side here to Gamble. Gamble gives it out to Matt Croker. It'll be second tackle, 14 metres out here from the line for Newcastle. Thanks, Jay. Left-hand side, Crossland to Kurtman. Adam Clune offloads it. Try time for the Knights! The Knights have scored in the first 2.5 minutes here of the second half, and they're back in the game. It's 16-8. 3 minutes into the second half. Newcastle have gone and got themselves back into the game. Just remember, in the first 10 minutes, the Knights were down 16-0. A mistake there from Marcelo Montoya. Gave the ball back to Dom Young. And here come the Knights. Here they come. Adam Clune with a great offload there for Dylan Lucas. Southers forward. I think it's flat, man. I would love to see it again, though. But originally, it did go into my... No, I think that's flat. It's close. Here we go. This one will show it. This one will show it. This will show it. This one will show it. I'm happy with it. It's close. I can understand the complaints, but... I think it comes out of his hands backwards, and I think it is flat. I think it's fine. I don't think it's forward. I don't think it's forward. CJ says 38-18. Warriors, like I said at half time, not forward. CJ says, I don't think that's forward. I think it's flat. It's very close, and I can understand why Warriors fans might complain, but it is very close. So this is game long. Game long. That's what we love to see. Yes, Garcia, I will get banned if I was to show the game footage. It ain't forward, but yeah, I agree, Mohammed. I don't think it is, but I think Warriors fans will utilise that. If the result went against them today, they would utilise that. Even though I do think it was flat. Styles says it's very close. I won't complain after seeing that angle. Yeah, exactly right. You know, that angle was pretty okay. It was pretty fine to look at for a flat call. So 37 minutes to go here of the game. It's 16-10 to the Warriors. And Marcelo Montoya, though, making that mistake was pretty poor. He says, now the Sharks are out. Who do you want to win it all this year? Yeah, well, now the Titans and then the Sharks are out. Probably should listen to the podcast. Myself and Clark actually went over that on the Gold Coast Titans Frontline podcast throughout the week. But I guess it would be one of these two teams. I'd probably say the Warriors, to be honest with you. But it comes with its negative connotations too, because then they just say that they've won a premiership compared to us, you know what I'm saying? But overall, a struggler team, I'll always take over one of the more successful teams. Third tackle now for the Knights. They'll get this ball to the 35. 35 minutes to go here the game. Mohammed says, it is close styles for sure. It could have gone either way, to be honest. If it was forward, you'd have Knights fans blind as well. Oh, I don't know if you'd have Knights fans blind as well. Not in a finals game right now. They'd be loving it. Fifth tackle now at the 45. Flex says not the Panthers. No, the Panthers are Flaxy, but that's not just because... I don't hate your team. It's just that you've had your success. I'd like to see another team win it. So, Chance Nil Clockstyle get this ball to the 15. Well, the real question is, who do we want to shut up? Penrith with their cocky attitude. I will take Penrith to win over the Brisbane. Second tackle now at the 15. Because I know what would then be coming for me. Warriors now. Right-hand side to Murray Martin to Watene-Zelezniak. And Watene-Zelezniak to the 25. Jonathan Sutton says, has this been a good game? I haven't really been able to watch. It's been fine. Like, the Warriors have just allowed the Knights back into it. The Knights have kept themselves in it too. They've been battling in this game. They're working hard. Penalty to the Warriors. They needed that. Penalty to the Warriors. Crossland gives away a penalty at the 40. So the Warriors will get an attack in possession inside the attack and a half. They need to steady things down a bit. It's been a fine game, Sundo. It has the makings of a real breakout later on in the game. But the Warriors went up 16-0 in the first 10 minutes, and we thought this was going to be a blowout. If we were to lose it, it would be against these teams. Oh, Melbourne or Brisbane. Oh, yeah. I would agree. But Warriors in the grand final with the public support. They would get Tohu Harris with a great run to the 15. Second tackle now. 15 metres out here from the line. Wade Egan goes right-hand side here. Here they come. Sean Johnson, short ball. Josh Curran. 2 metres out of the line. Third tackle. Here they go. Wade Egan. He'll go out the back here to Dylan Walker. Tries over the Warriors. Dylan Walker with a try time for the Warriors. There's beers getting thrown in the air. Oh, wait. Did he say something about obstruction? What? No, it's a try. He's called try. I heard the referee say something about obstruction, or maybe he's saying no obstruction here. There's nothing wrong with it, I don't believe. But Dylan Walker goes bang with the try. It's 20-10 to the Warriors with a kick to come from right in front. And Tohu Harris was the one to really make the breakaway there and really get the Warriors on the front foot. They needed it because the Knights were coming. But Josh Curran, he got 1 metre out, 2 metres out. They go quickly to the left-hand side, and Kurt Mann was well... There's nothing wrong with it. I don't even know why I heard obstruction by the referee. But try time there. So it's about to be 22-10 here with 33 minutes to go of the game. Sundo said too strong. Post almost stopped him. Absolutely. Warriors goal line D has been gold compared to last year. Absolutely, Chris. Yeah. Yeah, it does. Bracken says, do you... Okay. Actually, we're going to hide you from the channel, bro. See you later, bro. 32.5 minutes to go of the game. Try pad obstruction. Pad obstruction. Trey says no more errors, Warriors. Long way to go here, but that's a good start there for the Warriors after a try to the Knights back into the game. Yeah, I don't know how to actually make you a moderator or anything, though. How do I do it? Do you know? Oh, add moderator. Don't worry, I've got you. Confirm. I think that does it, Ryan. Thanks, bro. I don't usually do it on TikTok as well. Usually, obviously, we just have it on the YouTube. We've got Sundo and Jay and whatnot here. Styles says the bro tackled the tripod. Yeah, he did. So, there we go. 22-10 here to the Warriors with 32 minutes to go here of the game. Appreciate you, Garcia, for the roses. Jay said, get into him, Flaxy. Get into him. Get into him. But that is noisy here at Mount Smart right now. But how good is that with the beers going over the boys when they scored that try to send the beers all over the place? Corzo getting around the wires. Get around you, Amelia. Appreciate you. 32 minutes to go. Blissy says Sharks robbed this game. Yeah, robbed me of brain cells, mate, with Fortnite Boy. So Kurt Mann has been sent for a HIA, so maybe that's why he was out of position just then. 32 minutes to go here of the game. Callum Peachy says, I was just watching on TikTok. Appreciate you, bro. Second tackle now for the Warriors. They're at the 25. Okay, well, Knights are going to try and find a way to get back into it again. They found a way, and then they let it go. They found a way, and then they let it go. Warriors here, 4 tackle at the 40. Jamie, get around. Appreciate you, man. 4 tackle. Wade Egan off to Charles Neil Clockstad. Maybe the Warriors are starting to find a bit more of a rhythm now. They had a bit of a scare when the Knights scored that try to bring within 1 score. But see, this is why I thought that field goal was so pivotal at the end of that first half. Because it would have been a 13-point game right now. Great take by Greg Matsu, though. And he'll get this ball. Actually get dragged back inside his own 10-metre to the 8. He was at the 15. He got dragged back 7 metres by Josh Curran and Daniel Martinez-Lesniak. Brabham Best. He'll be second tackle. And he'll only get to the 8 as well. He don't make any more metres. GTT says, the reality is this is why I bet against my beloved Knights. They are jobbers and I'm here to make money. I already cashed out my 1-12 Warriors bet in the first half and I was right to do it. I don't think you were right to do it just yet. 30 minutes to go here of the game, guys. If you're on YouTube, hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new around here. If you're on TikTok, obviously hit the follow button and like as well. But if you want to see the live score and whatnot, jump onto our YouTube channel, BKR Sport. Fit tackle here for the Knights. They're at the 25 and it's going to be Tyson Gamble who kicks this ball down to the corner. Sorry if politics aren't allowed in the chat. Yeah, not really, man. People get too crazy about that kind of stuff. Ryan Skirman says, I just tuned in. Has been a good game. It's been back and forth. Probably the last 20 minutes of this first half was a grind, but the Warriors were up 16-0 first 10 minutes. Ended 16-6 at half time, and then Knights got it back to 16-10. 16-4, and then 16-10. And now it's 22-10. So Warriors here. Jackson Ford, he'll get this ball inside the attack on 30. Isaac Walsh getting around it. Jackson Ford's trying to milk a penalty here. They play it. And Wade Egan will give this ball off. They must be doing the Mexican wave or something in the crowd. Josh Curran, fit tackle. I love how the referee just called time on 5 seconds or 10 seconds after they'd already been playing with the ball. Yes, we'd much rather talk about religion, Jamie James says. Over it goes now. Callum Ponga up in the air. That's real nice from Callum Ponga. That is really nice. Lauren Ingertown says, don't want the Wars to lose, but what a streak if the Knights go on to win the grand final, right? Oh, that'd be one of the most... That would be the Eels of 09 if the Knights were able to do what they win the grand final from here, for sure. This would be their 10th win in a row if they got it. It would be pretty massive. So third tackle now for the Knights. It'll be Dom Young now. He'll get this ball out of the 25. Fourth tackle. Jade Ford says, always gamble when you're drunk. Thank you for never, ever listening to you ever again. That's what I'll thank you for. Thank you for being the worst piece of encouragement that has ever existed on the planet Earth, Jared. Marcel says, damn, I missed out on a few tries. Yes, he did. Knights here. Tyson Gamble into the corner. And that will go to around the 20 where it will be Chance Neil Clockstar, who's been safe at the back today. He'll bring this ball out to the 20. Cuts back on the inside. Cuts away again. And he gets away here to the 30. Good run, though. Good run. James says up the was. Marcel Moose says, damn, missed out on a few tries. Second tackle here for the Warriors. Montoya. Great post-contact meters there to the 40. You can just tell if the Warriors win this game, this crowd will go nutso. Third tackle. No, Jared Ford is an Alex burner account. I'll go right inside Tohu Harris, and Tohu Harris now. He'll be 40 metres out from the line. Fourth tackle. Yes, Ashton, he's probably the worst advice you could give. Jared is a muppet. Dylan Walker out to Tomato Martin. Martin off to Jackson Ford. Jackson Ford now 30 metres out from the line. Fifth tackle. If the Knights score next, this is going to be a romper game. If the Warriors score next, they could blow it out. Oh my God, Knights don't even know what they're doing. Greg Matthew, but he picks it up and brings it up to 10. Good post-contact meters, but it took him ages to pick it up. Appreciate you, Jamie, for gifting a few things. Get around you. Number 2 gift a badge and number 4 member of the team. Legend, man. Appreciate you. Bradman Best, he'll get this ball third tackle to the 35. Okay, let's get off the gambling thing here, CJ. What's happening here? We'll get back to the game. Fourth tackle. Oh, good hit by Marcelo Montoya. Oh, it's Tamari Martin, sorry, not Marcelo Montoya. What a hit. Dragged him back, just drove him into the ground. And that was good defense on this set here by the Warriors. Oh, the heart me. There you go. That's what we're talking about. So, fifth tackle, and the Warriors will let this ball bounce. No, Martinez-Lesniak picks it up on the fly. Beautiful. And Martinez-Lesniak will bring this straight back to the 30. Good run. Marcel says, do you think the Warriors should go back to black and grey jersey? No, I like the jersey now. I think this is a great jersey. The old black and grey was brilliant. I loved that style. But I think this is moving with the times. I think going with the new audience as well. They love the bright colours. They love the fresh vibe looks. And I think this really suits the culture too, with the green in there, the red, you know, and the really dark blue. I think it's a great colour scheme for the Warriors at the moment. Toll Harris gives a short ball here to Sirinen, who's 22 metres out of the line, fit tackle. They'll go right-hand side here. Wade Egg and Sean Johnson. Sean Johnson puts it up here for Watini Lesniak, who's going to go up in the air. No, it's a tackle in the air, really. Oh, wow. I would have thought that Greg Martin was in the air then when Watini Lesniak hit him. But it will be a dropout here from the Knights to the Warriors. I don't think you risk it here for a short dropout, because if you give it away, it could be a 14-point game. You'll give away the penalty. Bentley, appreciate you for the gifts, brother. Appreciate you for the roses and the gifts. But Sean Johnson, good kick. I do think that should have probably been a penalty. For me, Titans away jersey is better than the home one. So good, Logan Ballsoak says. My favourite jersey is the Magic Round jersey because we are undefeated in that jersey. We're undefeated in that jersey this year. All right, 26 minutes to go. Dislocated finger Curran. Oh, Spion nearly just came on a few moments ago as well. What's the score? The score is 22-10 to the Warriors right now. If you want to see the live score, jump on the YouTube, BKR Sport. Was he really going for the ball, though? I think it was a bit far out of his range. I think it should have been a penalty. Yeah, I don't need to see the replay, sorry. Also, what time is that AFL game on the night? The GWS versus Port game. All right, so Josh Curran here, attending to an injury. 7:40, thanks, Ryan. Bentley getting around the wires. So the hard-earned index tonight, Toll Harris, Jackson Ford, Chance Neil-Klokstad, Dylan Walker, and Greg Martiu. So 4 Warriors on the top of the board, though. Ryan Scammers, what's your favourite game of the year so far? Geez, there's been some good ones. But it's very hard, because I stream every game. It's very hard to think. Oh, for me, it's going to be Broncos versus Titans, right? When we beat them at Suncorp. But as an overall entertainment game, that Panthers-Eels game back in like round 6 or 7 or whatever it was unreal. Maybe round 3 was unreal. The one with Nathan Cleary kicked a 2-point field goal on the last second but still lost 13-12 or whatever it was. That was unreal. That Raiders game last week against the Knights was brilliant. The Warriors game, not Warriors game. That Warriors-Raiders game was pretty good later on in the year as well. All right, so the Knights short dropout here. It will go 10, and the Knights will get the ball. Risky play from the Knights, though. Very risky, but they do get the short dropout to Dom Young. Jacob Safin nearly knocked that ball on, but that was very dangerous. AK-12, 2023 minutes to the first bounce. Appreciate it, man. Third tackle here for the Knights to the 25. Appreciate you for the roses, Sundo. Appreciate you for the roses, my guy. Third tackle now for the Knights. They'll go left-hand side. They give it out to Dylan Lucas to the 35, fourth tackle. GTT says, Dom Young is the empowered... I'm not going to read the rest of that comment out. Right-hand side, Tyson Frizzell to the 45, fifth tackle. Sundo with a couple of those GGs. It's not GG just yet, though, Sundo. Still time to go here. Still time to go, but it will be the Warriors through Chance Neil-Klokstad bringing it back out from his own 10. Gets it to the 20. Now to the 25. Marcel Moose says, my favourite game was the Roosters Dragons round 12, but probably because I'm a Dragons fan. Yeah, I think... Did you lose that game? Oh, no, that was the game you won. You lost the game a little bit earlier than that. Yeah, that wasn't a great game for the neutral. Wasn't a great game for the neutral. It was okay. It was a great finish. It's a great finish. Third tackle now for the Warriors. They're going to go to the 45 on the nice side of the field. Fluxy says, worst game was Titans-Melbourne when I started a losing streak against you. Now, that was a great game because the Titans won 38-34. Very nice, Ryan. Very nice. So, right-hand side, it'll be Sean Johnson. He's going to whack that ball up into the air where the Knights will grab the ball at the 5 through Greg Martiu. This game is well and truly in the balance right now. 24.5 minutes to go here of the game. A lot of time here for the Knights to still come back and win this game. The Warriors still have a lot of work to do to hold this win out. What about the Dogs vs Roosters game last year? Dogs Roosters last year? Can't remember. Third tackle here at the 15. Times jersey is lit too. I think gold instead of yellow would be a cool style with the blue and white too. Love it, Laurie. 4 tackle here for the Knights. They're not making many meters though. A penalty would be brilliant for them right now. Phoenix Crossland will get this ball off here to Jacob Saifidi to the 30. Fit tackle. Not a good amount of meters. They need a lot more here. And Kalen Ponga will kick this ball and it will go straight down to Chance Newell Clockstar, who is just everywhere at the back today. And Newell Clockstar brings it back out to the 33. First tackle. I don't think we, Storm, beat Panthers next week. I don't think anyone thinks that. I think Panthers win 13 plus. I would love to be wrong, though. I would love to be a very close game where it comes down to the wire and I wouldn't care who wins. But I don't think it happens. I don't think it does. Jeez, you can hear the crowd getting lit right now. They're getting loud. The Warriors, they're 40 metres out from the line. 4th tackle. Elimination final. Wade Egan goes to Tohu Harris. Tohu Harris to Sean Johnson. Sean Johnson, Josh Curran. Josh Curran taken down at the 30. 5th tackle now. Hope for a close game, but Oz Panthers win. Flaxy says. And that should be an easy one for Kalaponga, and it is. No one went up there for the Warriors. Want to enjoy the whole 80 minutes. No, I want it to be... Well, as a neutral, you want it to be close. Greg Marcy was just annihilated. Who is that? Wade Egan. Jeez, Wade Egan just got absolutely annihilated the tackle there. I hope he's alright. I hope he doesn't have to come off for a HIA. Surely not. No, he looks okay. But you don't want to come for a HIA because that's at minimum 15 minutes off the field. There's only 22 minutes and 41 seconds to go here of the game. The Knights with a great run here. 3rd tackle to the 25. 25 out. They'll go left-hand side. And the Knights here, a good run again. And that is from Jacob Saifidi. They go quickly as well. Phoenix Crossland. He goes left-hand side here. The Knights. That's a knock-on. That's a knock-on. That's a knock-on. Yep. That's a knock-on there for the Knights. That's a knock-on there for the Knights. So we'll be Warriors ball here at the 45. Toxic said if Melbourne did win, it'd be a massive upset. Jay says over 200 watching live right now. Hit that like button. Yeah, smack the like button, guys. Appreciate ya. Dooley Boy says, what's the score? It is 22-10 to the Warriors with 22 minutes to go. You want to see the live score? It is on YouTube right now, BKR Sport YouTube. It's where we're live with everyone here. But the Warriors will get the ball here at the halfway point. 9 from 10 second half completions for the Warriors. 8 from 9 for the Knights. So both teams have played pretty well today. They have. What's been your favourite finals match to watch so far? Favourite finals match to watch so far in Oral Clips would have to be Sharks Roosters for me. I thought that was a brilliant game last week. First tackle here at the 45. The pace of that game was frenetic. Came down to the last minute. Came down to the last play of the game. Charge downs, field goals, good defense, good tries, sin bins. Kurt Mann's foul is HIA for the Knights, by the way. So 3rd tackle here for the Warriors. They're 25 metres out of the line. They give it off here to Sean Johnson. And then it'll be Jackson Ford, 15 metres out from the line. NRL places no Canberra Newcastle was the best final game. I personally thought it was Sharks Roosters, but Canberra Newcastle was good too. Toll Harris, Sean Johnson out the back here, right hand side. They give it up to Dallin Watene-Selesniak. Dallin Watene-Selesniak offloads it to Rocco Berry. Try time, I think, for the Warriors. I think. I don't know. There's a whistle. They're going to say no try here. Tackle 5. He's got no try. Double movement. But in the lead-up, I want to have a look at contact for obstruction. So they've gone up as a no try of the Warriors. If they score this, I'd say it's not a game over. So Niokore, I think that's fine. No, it's not a shoulder charge. Settle down. That was good cover defense there of Watene-Selesniak from the Knights. I'm pretty certain this could be just a late hit, though. It could be a late... They're going to say it's an attempt to wrap. They're going to say it's not late. I'm okay with it, but we'll just see here if it's double movement or not here to the Warriors. It was good cover scramble defense there from the Warriors, from the Knights. But Rocco Berry grabs it from the offload from Watene-Selesniak. Rocco Berry is going to twist here. Where's the ball? Oh, that's a try. That's a try. That is a try. The ball doesn't, the arm carrying doesn't hit the ground. Appreciate if Ryan for the foot rose. It doesn't touch the ground. This is a try. This is a try here for the Warriors. Yep. Is end ground on the line. Try time for the Warriors. It's going to be 26-10 with the kick to come. 20 minutes to go here of the elimination final, guys. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you are new around here. Rocco Berry has scored a try there for the Warriors. And they're looking like they've got one hand in Brisbane right now. One leg in Brisbane. Half their body is on the plane. They've got 20 minutes to hold out here of an elimination final. And they're going to be up by 16 to 18 points. Appreciate Mahalia. CJ says, run to 100 likes, guys. Yeah, get around it. Lauren Ingertown says, Rocco, Silfredi. Bush says 20 to go. There is 20 minutes to go. Hit that like button, guys. Subscribe if you are new around here. If you're on TikTok, like and follow. But the Warriors look like they're going to a prelim with a great strength try there from Rocco Berry. Mahalia says up the was. But there is still time for the Knights, but they're going to have to chance their arm, man. And it's because the Knights all locked down. There's the Mount Smart Joker. Get around him. And the Knights have got the chance their arm. They locked down Watini Lesniak very strongly, but he got that offload away. You can't be letting three guys on the tackle get that offload that close to the line. GTT's Ponga's going to have to think about what Eminem might do if he lets fans down. Oh, come on, man. You can't blame Ponga for this loss. The Warriors have been good in this game. And, you know, to be honest with you, they are really lacking the leadership of Jackson Hastings. They're really lacking the experience of Daniel Saifidi. They've got a forward out and Lachlan Fitzgibbon too. It's not excuses, but like the Knights have performed well here in a game really well against him. But he gets a kick, baby. Pompey slaps it. It is 28-10 here to the Warriors with 19.5 minutes to go here of the game. Sasha says, get around the Joker. What a blow. Yeah, the front line have a really good relationship with the Mount Smart Joker. Really good relationship with the Mount Smart Joker going back years. AK-12 is up the Warriors. Wars reminding the Waratahs. Wars is a derogatory name that was made from opposition fans like ages ago that unfortunately a lot of bandwagons have picked up and now they utilise it. Wars, I actually like it, but with that being said, it's actually a derogatory connotation. Neymar's up the Wars. Dazza is winning 28-10 to the Warriors with 19 minutes to go here. So the Warriors, they'll go right-hand side of Jackson Ford and he'll get this ball out to the 15. That Wendy's restaurant in the stadium is going to get hammered after the game. Oh, God help it. God help that Wendy's after the game. Second tackle for the Warriors. They'll get this ball out to the 20. 28-10 here. The Warriors are so close to a preliminary final. Came into the season thinking they were a bottom 4 team. Well, most people thought they were a bottom 4 team. And they're going to come out of it, at least, at minimum, with a prelim. And I've been saying since a quarter of the way through the season, the one game, I only asked for one game this entire season in elimination finals, and it was Warriors-Broncos. Everyone who's been watching the channel all this year has known I've been bigging that game up for so long, because I do think the Warriors will give them a rock. I think they'll give them a crack. The Warriors will give them a crack at Suncorp. But it's not over yet for you Knights fans. You've got 18 minutes to try and turn the tables. Knights get this ball at the 25. Appreciate Tina Marie. Neymar's 26-10 Warriors winning. It's 28-10 Warriors winning. Dom Young, second tackle to the 30. Wendy's usually do a free item if they win. Surely not today. Surely not today. AK-12 is all cool. Thanks for that fact. I never knew that before. Yeah, because it was a connotation that surrounded them whinging. Warriors, whinging about the referees. That's what it originated from. And then it's been picked up in the last year or so. This year mainly. It's been really picked up, but it's been around for a long time. Bush says, Dom Young been defended well today. Yeah, it has been. Left-hand side, Tyson Gamble gets it out to Clune to Ponga. Ponga now, knock on there by the Knights. And that should tell you a lot about this game. Yeah, exactly right, Reece 77. It does loom. We have to play Walsh, our old superstar. Yeah. The Warriors, it's like last night, Roosters. Brandon Smith had to go up against his old team. Well, guess what? Reece Walsh next week will have to go up against his old Warriors team. Could you imagine if the Warriors are the team that knock out the Brisbane Broncos and Reece Walsh? Could you imagine, out of all teams to knock out the Broncos this year, it's his old team, the Warriors, that he left? That would be insane. Ponga pass. That is actually backwards there from Watine Zelezniak. Who grabs this ball, though? Is there a knock on here from the Knights? Yes. That's a knock on there from Bradman Best. Laurie says, Knights might have been tougher tonight if they had a week off before tonight. With that being said, the Warriors didn't have a week off last week. But there was a difference in the styles of games. The Panthers and the Warriors game was a blowout. And there was also a lack of confidence without Sean Johnson. Challenged by Warriors is successful. The lack of control and defined movement from Sean Johnson lacked the motivation on attack and defense for the Warriors last week against the Panthers, the best team in the comp in Penrith, right? The Knights, on the other hand, they had to go a full 88 minutes, 87 minutes against the Raiders, who are a tough, grindy team who know how to be physical, and they just never gave up there. So the emotional, the physical, the mental, it just really is taken out of the Knights here. They lost Jackson Hastings. They lost Lachlan Fitzgibbon. They've obviously got no Daniel Saifidi. This Knights team, unfortunately, they've done a really good job this season to get where they are, but their time has come. Their time has come. So right-hand side, it'll be second tackle over the Warriors at the 35. Orjay says, Sean Johnson been carrying for how many years? Sean Johnson hasn't been around for a couple of years at the Warriors, man. He was at the Sharks beforehand. 6 again here for the Warriors, and the Knights are starting to throw it away now. Orjay's going to be very careful what you say, man, because you can get called out for a bandwagoner if you didn't know that Sean Johnson hasn't been around for a great deal, bro. He was at the Sharkies beforehand. Running near Cora. They could end the game right now. Here the Warriors. They're 18 minutes out of the line. Wade Egan. He'll go left-hand side to Tohu Harris. Tohu Harris, he'll get this ball off to Mitchell Barnett. He'll be 5 minutes out from the line. Third tackle. Imagine a Watine Zelezniak try right now. Wade Egan gives it the back to Sean Johnson. Out the back here. Watine Zelezniak! Tries over the Warriors! And they're off to the prelim! The Warriors are off to the prelim in 2023 to take on the Broncos at Suncorp Stadium. I just called it just then. I said, imagine Watine Zelezniak scores a try right now. The crowd will go crazy. And Watine Zelezniak scores a try, sends the Warriors to the preliminary finals of 2023. How good is this? There we go. How good is this? Sachin Kellen says, Daniel Watine Zelezniak seals it. I literally just called that as well, the tackle beforehand. Chris New Zealand says, Def good enough to knock over the Broncos. Their system is working, so to speak. Oh, it's going to be a great game next week. That's going to be a really, really big stream. Obviously, guys, we'll be here live for the Warriors versus the Broncos next week. That is going to be an absolute bopper of a game there at Suncorp Stadium. It'll be 50-50 crowd. The Warriors fans will get out in attendance for the Warriors. Got a large Southeast Queensland representation. The Broncos, they came second this year. Put the Storm to the sword. However, obviously, there was excuses there. Man, I tell you what, it's going to be a ripper game. Fatima says, anyway, Warriors, even though you have won, you won't beat Titans for plain no reason. I'd love to feel this feeling one day, man. TV says, this is beyond my worst nightmare. Yeah, it'd be tough for you, T. It'd be tough for you as a Knights fan. But, as a Knights fan, you do also have to look at the positives throughout the season and say, you know what? We were not expected to make the 8. We were expected to come bottom 4. We were bottom 4. And then guess what? We went on a 9-game win streak. 9-game win streak to put yourselves in the Semi Finals. It was always going to come to an end at some point. The Knights weren't going to be winning the comp. But it's been a fantastic season to watch for you Knights fans. And you got to really take a lot of passion and fun out of this season. So, hopefully you build towards next year. A lot tighter as well. You've got some teams improving as well with teams below. But overall, you've got to be happy with how this season went for the Newcastle Knights. Locks us up the Knights. Unfortunately, you're not going to be winning this one here, man. 34 points to 10. I still can't believe I called that on the table before that when Team Zelezniak was going to score. Just then. I still can't believe it. TV says, Knights will never recover. This is it. All downhill from here until 2032. What can you do? You are not a Knights fan now. So I just gave you a nice comment. I just replied to you nicely, and you're going to go and shit on the Knights. Come on, man. Man, I tell you, it would be just such a surreal feeling to feel this feeling one day. Cooper Jobson says, Suncorp is going to be buzzing next week. I'm definitely going to get a ticket. Yeah, good luck, Cooper. Good luck, bro. Good luck. Warriors get up for the ball at the 40. Good luck, my guy. Froggy Sports says the Knights should be proud. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, the Knights should be proud, man. Sasson says, never ever would have thought that we would make a preliminary final at the start of the season. So proud of the boys. Yeah, man. And jealous, man. SJ for the Dally M, Dan's Pack says. It's a good call, man. I think it's going to happen. Third tackle. Dally M's to be next week. Not this week, next week. Grand final week. So right-hand side, Sean Johnson. Right near Corey. He'll get this ball 25 metres out. Fourth tackle. If you are on YouTube, obviously hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're on TikTok. Hit that like button. Double tap the screen. And obviously follow if you are new. The man with nothing to lose is wise at the Prem. Right-hand side, Tol Harris, Sean Johnson. Sean Johnson at the back here. This could absolutely lift it up. No, forward pass there for the Warriors at the 5. So it will be Knights ball. And Adam Fanua-Blake's about to come back on to the field. Could you imagine a Fitty bomb? It's 34-10. 3 tries in 14 minutes. That would give confidence. That would give them some confidence here, the Warriors, going into the Broncos game next week. Fantasy, don't worry about it. One day that'll be us. Man, don't do that. That'll make me emotional. So there's going to be a penalty here for the Knights at the 20. NRL Pib says, thoughts on Aaron Shook? Has he improved since he moved to the GC? I think he could be a big improver under Desi, is what I could say there. I think he'd be a big improver under Desi Asler. Wasn't his best year. I think Aaron would know that himself. I'm good friends with Aaron. He's a great bloke, man. But it wasn't his best year at the Titans, but I think he could really improve under Desi Asler. She says, take Johnson off now. Honestly, Shish, I would. Yeah, I agree with you. You wouldn't want to risk the injury. He's done his job. You've won the game. You're not losing 34-10 up with 13 minutes to go. They've taken Wade Egan off, and you got to take... Oh, he's come off for a HIA. But you have to take Sean Johnson off. You don't want to risk the injury. Jess Roberts says, what's the score, please, and how long? There is 13 minutes to go here in the game. It's 34-10 of the Warriors. They're going through the preliminary final to play the Broncos at Suncorp next week. AP been off for a while. Yeah, Bush. Adam Clune. Clune gives that to Ponga. And then Ponga will get this ball to the 40. Gets away from a couple of tackles. Still going here, Ponga. Taking down the 38. Third tackle, right-hand side. They give it off here to Jacob Saifidi. Sachin Kelton says, yeah, can't risk his calf getting injured again. Absolutely. You got to start thinking about next week now. If you lose from here, there's significant issues in the organisation and the team. So... you just take off your 4 best players, chuck your benchies out there, and don't risk anything. Blake says, you going live in the GAWS game? No, I'll go live in the Broncos versus Dragons women's game, though. Because that's a big game for the Titans, anyway. We're seeing Celeste with a great grab there at the 15. Brings it out to the 20. Now to the 25. There's 12 minutes to go. You can hear the Warriors in the crowd right now. Charging the clock start. You can feel how exciting. I tell you what, the blood pumped through my veins when I saw Watene Lesniak scored. Couldn't imagine the feeling, man. Happy for you, Warriors fans. I am. Happy for you. Third tackler at the 45. So Watene Lesniak leading try scorer in the comp now. Well, yeah, but they don't include now. But yes. Chad Forces Warriors. Get in the chat, guys. If you're a Warriors fan, be proud of your team. Support your team in the comment section. If you're a Knights fan, also be proud of your team and support your team in the comment section. 25 metres out from the line. The Warriors, fifth tackle. Sean Johnson steps again. Still going, Sean Johnson at the 23. He gives it off into Jackson Ford. Jackson Ford kicks it through. He kicks it out of the corner for Marcelo Montoya. It's going to be a dropout here. And that is a great kick. That is a great kick there from Jackson Ford. Very good kick. NRL Pip says, where's Ken Mamalo? Has he not played any first grade games for the Titans? He's been playing for the Burleigh Bears. This year. They're in the grand final right now, actually. Can someone please let me know what the score is in that grand final between the Burleigh Bears and Brisbane Tigers? But yeah, he's been playing for the Burleigh Bears. We've got Philip Sami. We've got Alofiana Campera. We've got the wingers there that Kenny Mamalo, unfortunately, hasn't been able to crack down for it. That chant up the wires. And short kick. And it will go to the Knights. No, it will be a knock-on for the Knights. 10 minutes to go, guys. 10 minutes to go. Hit the thumbs up button, subscribe. Yous are getting around the wires. Flex says, can't wait for the URC when the Titans make the finals. Yeah, it'll be crazy time, man. I always get to this point of the year. Man. You guys know how passionate I am. You guys know I watch every single game. I'm emotionally, financially, physically, and mentally invested in the game, right? So that's why you see a little couple of tears here and now. I put a lot into this, and even if it's not the Titans, like I just want this feeling from my community, man. Just one time, So. But I'm very happy for Warriors fans, man. I know they've been through the trenches just like me and the Titans. Shish with the $8 donation. Appreciate you, my guy. Says cars for the comeback. Bet your house on it. Appreciate you, Shish, for the donation, my guy. Appreciate you. Daz getting around the wires. Ryan Skewin says the host plus grand final set is on tomorrow. Oh, it's on tomorrow. Oh, beautiful. I can watch it tomorrow then. Beautiful. Beautiful. I can watch it tomorrow. Now we're talking. David Burgess' top game, so it will be a knock on there from the Knights. Jack's, I got a feeling the Broncos are going to take us next week. I think it's going to be a great game, Jack. I'd be backing your team, and you should have confidence right now, and the Broncos should have confidence. It should be a really good game. Haydos is up the wires for Cowboys. Don't worry, up the wires for Titans fan too, but I know how you're feeling. Who? Ha! The whole crowd singing right now. How good's that? That's backwards. How they calling that forward off Dom Young? Seb Watson, I want a fitty bump. Just drop the fitty bump. Tim Maurice is up at the wires. Hey, hey, baby. Who? Ha! Imagine being in this crowd right now. The vibe would be unreal. So right hand side here for the Warriors. The party could really get started with a try right now. It's 10 minutes to go here of the game. They're 5 metres out of the line here, the Warriors. They're already into the prelim. They give it out to Barnett. Barnett will get this to the 5 metre. This is just for the cherry on top. But Spike makes it, it's a good night for tonight. It definitely is. Adam Fanor Blake. He's got a try early. They give it off to Chance Neil Clockstad. Second tackle. He's still going here. And now they'll be taken down to the 10. Third tackle. Maru says the atmosphere is so good. Absolutely. Third tackle here. 10 metres out. They go out to Tolwa Harris. Harris now to Mitchell Barnett. Barnett gets the offload away to Tolwa Harris. Tolwa Harris taking down to 15. Honestly, if you're the Warriors, man, you don't even need to try, man. You just don't want to get injured. Mitchell Barnett, he'll run this ball straight up the guts. 5 metres out. Go for a field goal. Go for a field goal. No, they'll go right-hand side. Up to Sean Johnson. Johnson at the back here to Nickel Clockstar. Just take it. Oh, he's lost the ball backwards. Oh, no, it's going to be a knock-on there from the Knights. Oh, no. It's going to be a knock-on Knights. It's going to be Warriors ball again. Jackson, the Knights are trash, eh? Nah, bro. No, that ain't it, man. Be humble in your win. Be humble. They made the semi-final, just like you. They're battlers, just like you and me. I'm a Titans fan, right? You know, I can understand if you call us it, but with that being said, like we know how it feels to struggle, man. But no matter what, the Knights have done a great thing this season. They've won 9 games or whatever in a row. You know, it's, Knights are trash. None of those kind of comments, man. The Knights had a good season at the end, though. Absolutely save the club, yeah. Chris New Zealand says the extra week off could hurt the Bronx. I think that's a bit of a hope and a dream. Pine New Zealand sending up the wires. Like, it could be. Sometimes it hurts, but sometimes it's all Sean Johnson knocks it on. Sometimes it does hurt you, but also a majority of the time it won't. Romeo says, good game, bro. Yeah, Warriors. Nice little 34-10 lead right now with 8.5 to go. Sasson Kells says, Knights still finished 5th. Incredible season. Absolutely. Absolutely. Knights are actually Knights are actually Warriors just wearing armor. Yeah. Well, you could argue Titans, Knights, and Warriors are similar on a lot of levels, including that. All right, so it will be the Knights who get this ball out to the 20 now. Knights get the ball out to the 20. They'll go left-hand side, Dom Young. Out to the 25, second tackle. Audace says the Wires have had an incredible season. Yeah, the Wires have had an incredible season, regardless. And this is what I'll be saying to Wires fans next week if they lose to the Broncos. You know, what I'm saying to the Knights fans right now is what I will be saying to you Warriors fans if you are to lose next week or if you are to lose the grand final. Regardless, the Knights have not had an unsuccessful season, and regardless, the Warriors have not had an unsuccessful season. From here on out, it does not matter. Fourth tackle here for the Knights. They're at the 25. Now they're at the 30. Pine New Zealand says hopefully Melbourne Storm beat Panthers. I think everyone's hoping for that, man, because they know Storm are beatable. And that kick will go to the Warriors now. Bring this ball back out of the 30. Just do not get injured, Warriors players. That's all you need to know. Seb Watson says Broncos must be excited to play either this, to be fair. Not with the way the Warriors have played here today. Besides points, the Broncos have got this significant overrating of confidence from that Storm game, because there's actually a lot more impact of that game than people actually give credit to where the Storm, how bad they were. I've gone over it a million times, though. Sean Johnson comes off the field, by the way. The Broncos are good, man, but the Warriors will give them a crack. The Warriors will give them an absolute crack. I could see the Warriors winning. I will tip the Broncos, but I do see the Warriors having an opportunity to win. Oh, the ball could bounce in Montoya. Oh, over the sideline. Romeo says, up to Wars, bro, Newcastle Soul season. That's a great comment from you, Romeo. It's good to show respect for the opposition team, especially when you know they're hurting right now. They would be hurting. Fatma says, if you are a Knight fan, feel impressed your team did way better than anyone expected. Absolutely. Absolutely. So 6 minutes to go here, 34-10 to the Warriors. Lowering Tower says, also Brandon Smith still fuming over the loss to his former team. Yeah. He scored a try in that game. Second tackle. What an atmosphere, though. Pan says, yeah, Warriors got this. Much respect, Knights. Good season. Absolutely. Third tackle here at the 30. Again, Warriors fans, before you talk shit to Knights fans, just remember, the way everyone's talking to the Knights right now is the way they'll talk to you if it didn't go the way that you wanted in the grand final. Because either way, both these teams don't lose this season. Fifth tackle here for the Knights at 35. Jackson's, we're going to win? Yes, you are going to win. So the Warriors now get this ball to the 30. Trio says, good point, Warriors should not let their key players get injured. Take them off. Well, they are. Sean Johnson is off. Wade Egan is off. The big boppers have come out in this game with 5 minutes to go. Governor Riffraff says, pleasing thing is the Warriors look set up for a few years as a contender. I'll conversate with you about that another time. I don't want to ruin your spirits. Third tackle here. I don't want to ruin your spirits, Governor Riffraff. Third tackle here at the 40. They'll go right-hand side off to Watini-Zelezniak. Good run here by Dallin Watini-Zelezniak. Or Jay says, who's the Dally M player for you this year? I think it is Sean Johnson. I think it is. Pioneer Zealand says, good for the Warriors to make the semi after some shocking years. Respect to the Knights. Absolutely. Fifth tackle here. As a Titans fan, man, of course, I would love my team to have this kind of atmosphere and this kind of success just one season, man. Would love it. Definitely envious of the good times you guys are getting to experience right this second. And that's a knock on there from Ponga. Tamari Martin here, 5 minutes out of the line. Reef Newer says, Warriors and the Bronx come out to play. Bring it on. It's going to be a great game next week. Left-hand side. It's over! There we go. The Warriors, Bailey Sirenen, 38-10 with a kick to come. They're going to hit the friggin' 40, baby. They're going to hit the friggin' 40. They're going to hit the 40. Try time for the Warriors. EA's Footy Bombing coming. I don't think so, man. I don't think they're going to score 2 tries in 4 minutes, especially with their best boys off. Laurie says, beat the Broncos. That is enough for a Webster or SJ statue. I think at this point you need an SJ statue. You need to make an SJ statue at Mount Smart, man. Honestly, that guy's done so much for this club. Rizla, say hi to Aiden and Cohen. Get around to Aiden and Cohen. You says, respect Knights, up the Waz. David Chutbo says, the 4 teams that's going over to the USA, if you have to change the teams, which other 4 teams would you like to see more than the ones that are gone already? Which 4 teams I would have originally thought would go to the USA? Canberra Raiders for the Las Vegas Raiders. That's where it is, Las Vegas. Utilise the home crowd. Brisbane Broncos with the Canberra Raiders. Denver Broncos, Las Vegas Raiders hate each other. So that's one game right there. And then you would have thought about Miami Dolphins and Tennessee Titans, something like that. Because Roosters, there's no team that correlates. There's no... Cowboys, another one. Dallas Cowboys and whatnot. But overall, I'm considering going to it. We'll see. Marcel says, unlucky Newcastle. Chris says, let's just enjoy the moment now. Well, earned. Exactly right. Just enjoy the moment. Jackson, what if we had to face the Pars in the finals? How funny would that be, man? The Pars versus the Wars, eh? The Pars versus the Wars in the grand final. Jazzy says, congrats to the Wars. Hope they can go on and win the comp. No one else I'd rather back from here. Also, man, what a crowd. Been non-stop. It's been great. Flexi says, depends how much money I have. Serious, I'll get you a ticket. We'll talk about it. Ryan. Appreciate that, bro. So 3 minutes and 41 seconds to go here in the game. Could they hit the fitty bum? Could we see 2 tries in 4 minutes? Lowering its house up the Titans women's team. Yeah, we're playing tomorrow. Big game of the Titans women's game tomorrow against Canberra Raiders down there in Canberra. Jared Force, thanks again for coming to Game Blaze. You know I'm always here, man. Rain, hell, or shine. I'm always streaming. So it will be the Knights kicking off here to the Warriors. Can they get 2 tries to hit the fitty bomb and really set the world alight going to that Broncos game next week? to Murray Martin. Off to Jackson Ford. And Jackson Ford will get it out to the 30. No, to the 20. Up to Ikale Tonga against Ireland. They tonight, are they? Yeah, good luck, Tonga against Ireland. Appreciate you, Tro. Second tackle here for the Warriors. Up the Dragons, getting around the Waz. Third tackle at the 40. Third tackle. Warriors left hand side to Dylan Walker. He'll get this ball at the 50. Jack getting around the Waz. 3 minutes to go. I tell you what, there's going to be some drunk people in New Zealand today. There's going to be some drunk people in New Zealand today. Saver Clubs is BKR Fox Commentator 2024. If I did that, man, you lose the live chat here. You lose the ability to say what you want, man. Like, you know, always look at opportunities. But with that being said, the live chat also is what makes this. We're team's lacing out with a good offload there. Still Warriors ball. Oh, that's going to be 6 again. Oh, that's a knock on. Deborah, I remember watching you back in 2016. It's great to see your success. Appreciate you all, Chase. Doing what I can, man. Doing what I can with the game. Obviously, would love my Titans to one day achieve this kind of success. But we still keep grinding, man. We keep doing what we can do. Jack around the Waz. NRL Peeps says how long to go. There is 2 minutes and 13 seconds to go here in the game. Warriors are challenging the call. No drinking until the job's done. Bush, I can tell you right now, Warriors fans have been drinking all day. They would have been drinking since about maybe 9 a.m., 8 a.m. So, don't know about that. Don't know about that. Jess Robertson score, please. 40-10 the Warriors with 2 minutes to go. So, kick chase from the Warriors onside. And Watini Lesniak will throw it backwards. That's fine. Ball's still on the ground there. Still on the ground here for the Warriors. That's knocked back. Hits the referee. So that's actually going to be Warriors ball. Jess Roberts, appreciate you for the rose. There'll be a mutual infringement. So it's going to be back to fifth tackle here for the Warriors. Mitchell says, this is the team that struggled to beat the Dogs, the Tigers, and a Titans team that had a bullshit send-off for like 60 minutes. Come on, Mitchell. Let's not ruin their day. Come on, man. Ivan Mark, get around him. Pan says, thanks for the commentary, bro. My wife's stoked. I might get a win now. Good luck, my guy. Good luck. Up the Dragons. Dang. Hunt getting around the wires. Tyson said, yo, my fellow Titans fan. Yeah, get around here, brother. 2 minutes to go here. Laurie says, can't wait to see you next year, Mass up with the drum, brother. I don't know if they'll let me in with the drum, to be honest with you. Ryan Square says, me personally, I don't think the score of this match reflects the game today. No, I do. No, it definitely does. The Knights came back a little bit, but overall, the Warriors were the better team from the outset. They went out to a 16-0 lead in the first 10 minutes. They told you everything you needed to know. Despite the middle of the game, the Knights, giving it a solid crack, overall, the Warriors were simply the better team today, and they just dominated from the outset. Jesse says, I guess you can throw the overlay of the Knights from here. I could do that. We will do that. When the game finishes, I'll do it. Ryan says, no, losing drum privileges. Losing drum privileges? No, I'm still definitely drum. Oh, no. There's nothing changing there. Most stadiums don't let me bring a drum in, though. Jetty says, I get it. That's right. No drum, bang the seat. Problem solved. Jay. Ty says, reckon next season we play Clark. They don't start to fend off Liu. It's looking that way, man. But obviously, we talk about it all in the Gold Coast Titans Frontline podcast with myself and Clarky's Rugby League column every single Wednesday. Brand new episode on Spotify, Apple, and on the YouTube, on Gold Coast Frontline podcast YouTube channel. We're reviewing all the forwards this season in this week's episode, so definitely check that one out. Malcolm says, primo commentary, bro. Appreciate you, man. Third tackle for the Knights. They're at the 45. We'll be here next week. Don't you worry. I've got the women's game later on tonight too, and a couple of women's games tomorrow. But we definitely will be here for Warriors Broncos on Saturday and Storm versus the Panthers on Friday. Romeo says, chirp, bro, for the live wires of the finals, bro. We do believe. Believe, baby, believe. Fourth tackle here. Warriors still going here. Tamara Martin at the 35. Trin says, hey, daddy, what's going on? Hello, my son. Fifth tackle, right-hand side. Dylan Walker, field goal. Field goal! Oh, misses it from 35 out. Good attempt, though. Neil's going to be the best. Next week is going to be a romping time. That's going to be a big stream. We've got a lot of Warriors fans in this channel. We've got a lot of Broncos fans in this channel. I'm telling you, that's going to be a big stream. Kalaponga for it. He went for a 2040, I think. Doesn't matter, man. It does not matter. Steven says, we all know it's 3P incoming. Probably, man. Probably. But let's all, get a bit of excitement around some of these teams that have struggled. We'll get a bit of excitement around them. And there we go. The siren will go. And the Warriors are into the preliminary finals to take on the Brisbane Broncos next week at Suncorp Stadium on Saturday. We do have to move the eliminated sign next to the name of the Newcastle Knights here on the channel. Bang. There we go. The Knights have been eliminated, so it's only the top 4 that remain. Not all the time will you see this, but this year, the top 4 are the only teams that remain. And there we go. I was about to read that top 4 out and then recognise. But, yeah, it's been a great season. Obviously, guys, I'll be back in about 2 hours' time for the women's game. I hope you guys have had a great time here listening for the stream. And we'll definitely be here for the preliminary finals next week. So, yeah, obviously hit that thumbs up button here on YouTube. Subscribe if you're new around here. If you're there on TikTok, obviously double tap and follow the TikToker. And we'll see you guys next... we'll see you in 2 hours. Alright, guys. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.